Welcome to the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid, as Long Beach State men's volleyball takes on UCLA in a national championship game rematch. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside JayDe Beaudry, and you are listening to 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. Long Beach State swept UCLA last spring in the national championship, but it's UCLA who entered 2026 ranked number 1, with the Beach slotting in at number 2 in the AVCA national polls. They've both lived up to expectations so far, standing undefeated through 8 games apiece. Long Beach State has lost 2 total sets. UCLA has only dropped 1. Although the rivalry has carried over strong, both the Beach and the Bruins lost arguably their best players from a season ago. Redshirt freshman Jake Pizzanti has taken over the Beach's setter spot from last year's AVCA Player of the Year, Moni Nikolov, and the Bruins lost their standout attacker in Cooper Robinson. Veteran faces like Skylar Varga for Long Beach and Zach Rama for UCLA have stepped up as the new faces of their programs. JayDe, in a matchup with what feels like so much on the line, where will both coaches be focused tonight?
Well, Bruce, as this rivalry enters a new chapter under head coaches John Hawks and Nick McRae, tonight is all about staying calm and composed in front of a raucous, sold-out crowd here in the Pyramid. On both sides of this matchup tonight are players who have won national championships and competed on some of the world's biggest stages. And for the select few who took to the floor 271 days ago in Columbus, there's only one goal tonight, as it was then: win.
Both of these groups have all the talent to do that, JayDe. The Beach have gotten a ton of production from their middle blockers so far this year. Coach McRae has repeatedly defined his group as the best in the nation. Senior Ben Braun and true freshman Jackson Christ will look to stagnate the high-flying attacking prowess of the Bruins senior middle blocker, Cameron Thorne. UCLA wants this to be the game that they establish themselves as the team to beat in 2026, while Long Beach State looks to prove they're not a one-hit wonder.
Absolutely, Bruce. And at every single position, we are about to witness box office matchups between two programs who remain at the pinnacle of men's volleyball. But the momentum of this game will be dictated by a position group that doesn't get enough love: the liberos, for the hosts and the defending national champions. In the back row is Kellen Larson, who last year as a freshman earned All-American Honorable Mention honors and was the anchor of the Beach's back row throughout that national title run. His matchup tonight on the other side of the floor, the man who backed him up last year, Chris Connolly, who has made the switch to Westwood and has transformed this UCLA attack as they transition away from a 2-libero look that they rode with throughout last season. It's now Chris Connolly's defense and Kellen Larson's ability in the back row that will determine who sways this matchup from the service line tonight.
The starting lineup being announced here in the Pyramid after a ceremony to recognize Alan Naipa, second time this year that he's gotten the spotlight, with a sold-out Pyramid crowd that has already gotten loud and gotten some chants going here. This is going to be an electric atmosphere. Starting lineups tonight: Jackson Christ and Ben Braun, the 2 middle blockers for Long Beach State. Skylar Varga and Alex Kondev start at outside hitter. Kellen Larson, the libero, as you mentioned, JayDe. Jake Pizzanti is in as the setter. Daniil Hershinovich gets the starting nod at opposite. For UCLA, they've got Cameron Thorne and Christopher Hirsch as the 2 middle blockers. Hirsch getting a start that he has not been their regular starter this year. That's typically been Micah Wong-Diallo, but he's getting the nod here in this one. Sean Kelly is starting at outside. Zach Rama also as the outside hitter. David Decker starts at opposite. They've got the setter Andrew Rowan, who by many accounts is the new best setter in the NCAA now that Moni Nikolov is gone. And then, as you said, Chris Connolly, the libero for UCLA, to round out the lineup.
The setters battle is also one to watch tonight. Jake Pizzanti taking over the mantle from Moni Nikolov up against Andrew Rowan, who by and large, Bruce, is in conversation for best setter of all time in the UCLA Bruins program. As we mentioned, everywhere around the floor tonight, the Beach will need to win those individual matchups as UCLA has reshuffled their lineup. For that middle blocker, Christopher Hirsch, it's only his second career start, and what a stage to step into.
Andrew Rowan, as you said, one of the best in UCLA's history, and that is a storied history. 21 NCAA national titles for this UCLA program. That's the most out of any program at UCLA, and obviously they've got fantastic athletics all over the place. The number 1 at the university in terms of national titles is this men's volleyball team. Long Beach State has 4 in their program history, but they've got the most recent one. Last year, the Beach took down UCLA in all 3 matches that they played throughout the season, won 9 of the 10 sets across those 3 matches, and now the Beach are looking to say we're ranked number 2, but if they can win this one, they're still on top.
And this matchup tonight is really similar to what we saw last season. Long Beach met UCLA for the first time in the Pyramid before heading to Poly Pavilion. They're going to hope to repeat the trick when they ran out in 4 on that night.
As you said, this is the first of another back-to-back in terms of within a couple of weeks playing each other twice. This game here tonight at the Pyramid, they'll play at Poly Pavilion on February 20th. but the Beach have the chance to strike first in front of a sold-out crowd. The Beach in their home whites, UCLA in all blue. Jake Pizzanti, the redshirt freshman setter, back behind the line. The pyramid gets loud, and we are underway with the serve across. Connolly pass up to Rowan. He sets up from the back row for Kelly, and he slams it right down. UCLA gets the first point.
Sean Kelly against Ohio State notched a career-high 16 kills. This is a guy who in 2028 expects to be on the United States Olympic team on the outside.
There are current and future Olympians all over the place on this floor tonight. Going back to serve now is the redshirt junior Christopher Hirsch getting the starting nod. It serves across. Kondev, good pass up to Pizzanti. He sets quick to Chris, and Jackson Chris, the true freshman from Long Beach State, delivers their first point of the match.
That's Millikan High School's finest for you, rising high above the net, coming off a 4-kill, 4-block performance against Pepperdine.
Skylar Varga back to serve next. The whole crowd gets ready to chant with the bench. Oh, Canada from the Saskatchewan native. He hits it on across. Pass from Kelly in the back row. Run underneath. Back set goes to Decker on the right side. Tries to hit line, but it's too strong. Kellen Larson lets it go, and the Beach win back-to-back points.
And Andrew Rowan is just poetry in motion to watch on the offensive end. Puts that ball in the perfect position. It's hit out by Sean Kelly, but he's going to be active all night long.
Skylar Varga to serve again. Two storied programs. Skylar Varga hits it into the net, so it's 2-2. Nick McRae, a first-year head coach for Long Beach State, took the reins from Alan Knipe after he retired in the offseason, and it's only a second-year head coach, John Hawks, on the other side.
But Nick McRae has been with this program for 13 years. He's ready for these moments. He's been in this building before with sold-out crowds, and he has to like the way the Beach have started through 4 points.
Andrew Rowan serves next. Varga controls it. Pizzanti underneath. Back set over to Hershinovic. Right side. He gets it right down. Took a little bit off as he hit it on across the net. Nobody able to get there. Diving into the middle of the floor for the Bruins. Beach ahead 3-2.
Daniil Hershinovic, a guy who had a spectacular season last year but was unable to appear in the national championship game. He's getting his get back right now against UCLA, going over the double block with a neat flick of the wrist.
Jackson Christ serving next. Top 40 in the nation in aces per set, but he serves it into the net. That's been a struggle for Chris so far this season. The service errors have stacked up. It's 3-3 in set one.
And Chris subs out. Back in comes Kellen Larson to anchor the back row and serve receive.
Zach Rama right in front of the sandpit. They're letting him hear it. Rama serves across. Pass from Larson in the back row. Pizzanti at the 10-foot line. Sets left side. Kondev swinging cross court. Got a tip, and Rama digs it out. Rowan goes over to the left pin. Kelly tries to wipe the block, and it's down for a kill. I believe they're going to say that did land on the line. Don't think Ben Braun got a piece of it. UCLA ahead 4-3.
That's just some trickery on the pins from Sean Kelly. Goes around the double block of Braun and Hershinovic right onto the line. Right in the eye of the needle.
Zach Rama serving again. Bruins ahead by 1. Booms it over and out of bounds. That had a bit of knuckle to it. Stayed up in the air, and the Beach let it go. It's 4-4 in set one.
First service error of the night, and the Beach will want to keep it clean from behind the service line. They've been excellent in service, just putting the ball in play. That's when they're at their best.
Daniil Hershinovic serving next has been one of the two-headed dragon at opposite for this Beach team. Rowan overpass. Kondev swings and puts it right down. Alex Kondev right off the overpass on the first touch. Deposits it back into the floor. Beach ahead 5-4.
And there might not be a Bulgarian boogeyman named Moni on the floor tonight, but Alex Kondev makes the most of the overpass and puts a dent in the Terraflex. Beach up 5-4.
Hershinovic serves again into the net. Another service error makes it 5-5.
Once again, Long Beach State give UCLA an opportunity to tie up this first set and put a dangerous server behind the line and middle blocker Cameron Thorne.
Thorne is an all-around athlete, 6'4", but jumps out of the gym. Good server too. Hits this one across. Varga low pass. Set goes right back to Skylar. He booms it right off of Thorne in the back row and out of bounds. Skylar Varga lets out a roar towards his huddle. It's 6-5 Beach.
Skylar Varga from the back row goes head hunting, and Cameron Thorne can't duck out of the way in time. That is a fastball coming from beyond the 10-foot line. Beach retake the lead at 6-5.
Alex Kondev gives a high toss. Roll serve is controlled by Kelly. Rowan right back to Kelly. Left pin. Power angle. Dug out by Larson. Kondev out of bounds. Keeps it alive. Puts it back towards the net. Varga pushes off a triple block. Gets denied. It's a roof for UCLA. Triple block there at the net. It was Hirsch right in the middle of Decker and one other player. I think it was Kelly over there on the other side. Triple block for UCLA. Puts it back into Varga's lap.
It might only be Christopher Hirsch's second start, but that was a tight triple block as Skylar Varga failed to recycle.
David Decker, lefty, serves next. It's out of bounds to the left. Had a lot of roll on that one, but missed it to the left side as he tried to hug the line. It's 7-6 Beach.
And now the name of the game for the Beach with the lead once again is to serve cleanly from behind the line. Up steps Ben Braun, who has developed a jump serve in the offseason.
Braun floats this one across. Connolly controls it right at the net. Rowan sets up for Rama in the back row, but he missed the line. Rama tried to hit towards the back left corner, but just missed it. Hersinovich waggles his finger, saying no, no, no. It's 8-6 Beach.
And the Beach block bit on the first combination from the middle. And there was a clear pass to the back row. Rama just missed.
Braun serves again. This one a little harder, but it's controlled. Kelly, left side attack. He hits into the middle of the floor, and this time it's down. Sean Kelly with another kill. UCLA's completed a full rotation. It's 8-7 Beach.
Sean Kelly last year in his freshman season made just 14 starts and 24 appearances, but hit incredibly efficiently. 323 on the season. That was the 27th best mark in all of the NCAA.
Even better, he's hitting 430 so far this year. Sean Kelly serves now. Roll serve into the back row. Popped up by Larson. Pisanti underneath. Goes to Varga. Power angle. Oh my goodness. Skylar Varga is on fire to start this one. A sharp angle cross court shot. Connolly can't handle it, and it's 9-7 Beach.
Above the net, Skylar Varga is playing whack-a-mole. That time he goes cross court and targets his former teammate. Chris Connolly can only get one arm up, and the Beach stay ahead by 2, 9-7.
Jake Pisanti serves next. The Beach setter tosses out in front, hits it on across and in. It's an ace for Jake Pisanti from right around the 3/4 right side of the service line. Went all the way onto the left side of the floor. Nobody there for the Bruins, and it's 10-7.
That's just Jake Pisanti targeting zone 1, the easiest serve to hit, and there's nobody locking up the coffin corner for the Bruins. Reach up to their largest lead so far, up 3.
10-7 Beach in set 1. Jake Pisanti serves to the right side, but out of bounds this time. Tried to switch it up, but missed the line. Service error number 4 for the Beach makes it 10-8.
And Jake Pisanti in the warm-ups, in the lead up to this game, was fired up, and he's brought that same energy here into set 1. A service error, but he's still rallying the back line, ready for serve receive.
Christopher Hirsch serves again, too strong. So they trade service errors. Beach get it back ahead by 3.
And now up steps Skylar Varga, one of the best servers to this point in the season in the nation, averaging just over an ace per set, second best in all of Division I volleyball.
Skylar Varga just recently named to the AVCA National Player of the Year watch list. 2 Bruins were named to it as well. Varga serves this one. One of those other players, Rama, controls it. Here he is attacking left side, and it's right down. A kill for Zach Rama, answering the serve from Varga. The Bruins are back within 2.
Rama on that National Player of the Year watch list for a reason. He has taken a step up in his senior year after making 27 starts last season at both opposite and outside.
And here's the 3rd watch list nominee on the floor. Rowan, the setter, serves into the net. Another service error puts the Beach back ahead by 3.
It's a rare service error from Andrew Rowan, who has stepped up his service game, really the one facet of his game that he needed to improve on going into this season. And it's rare to see him serve one so low into the tape. Long Beach and the pressure of this pyramid starting to get to the Bruins. They're up by 3.
Jackson Chris trying to get one inbounds. He does, and it's down. If Jackson Chris gets it over the net, it's going to be an ace a lot of the time. Here's his first of the match. The true freshman is hyped up as he walks back behind the service line with the Beach ahead by 4.
And that's a timeout from John Hawks. He's seen enough. Pressure makes diamonds, and Jackson Christ has been shining throughout his freshman season from behind the service line. He stands 6'10". When that ball comes down from such a high vantage point, it is hard to stop. He targets zone 3 in the middle back, and nobody is there to stop it. Long Beach up and running here in set 1.
Chris has been top 5 in the nation in blocks per set, but it's this ace that he delivers here that sends us into a timeout. 13-9 Beach to open up set 1 on 22 West Radio. Long Beach with a 4-point lead in set 1. It's 13-9. Jackson Chris to serve again.
And Jackson Chris sent us into the break with an ace. He'll be looking to double up here. Already a solid start for the freshman. He's got 1 kill, 1 ace. And the Beach are up by 4.
13-9 in front of a sold-out Pyramid crowd. Number 1 versus number 2 in the nation. Both teams undefeated. That can't stand through tonight. 13-9. Jackson Chris serves again for the Beach into the bottom half of the net. It was his 2nd service error of the night so far, 5th for the Beach. Bruins back within 3.
Yeah, and Jackson Christ will head back to the bench. He's the middle blocker who will sub out for serve receive. In the front row is Ben Braun, Pazanti, and Hrstanovic. Back row, Larson, Varga, and Kondev for serve receive.
Sakurama serves for the Bruins. Varga controls it. Pazanti sets up Kondev. He chose power angle off the blockers. Whistle blows, though, and they're going to call a blocking violation against UCLA. Did they catch a piece of the net there, JD?
It was David Decker coming down, trying to lock down the pins. Just lingered a little bit too long on the net as the set from Pazanti was about 3 feet off. And Daniil Hrstanovic had time and space to angle up his roll shot.
14-10, Long Beach State ahead. Daniil Hrstanovic serves next, hits it on a cross. It's popped high in the air by Connolly. Rowan ranges underneath in the back row, sets up for Kelly. Goes power angle, what a dig by Larson to keep it alive. Here's Kondev rolling over a triple block. One-arm dig from Connolly. They go back to Kelly on the left side. Off the blockers, Kondev digs it out. Pazanti dekes, back set. Hrstanovic pushes over with 2 hands. Dug out by Rowan. Underneath, Rama goes quick to Thorne. It's blocked but kept up in the air by UCLA. Right side, now Decker pushes across a free ball. Dug out by Pazanti as he dove in. Bump set from Varga. Hrstanovic, cross court, one-arm dig from Rowan. Underneath, Rama pushes it back towards the net again. Over a triple block, they hit it out of bounds without a touch. Kelly tried to go off of high hands, but couldn't catch him. A long rally goes the way of the beach and gets the crowd in a frenzy.
And Nick McRae got up off the bench, nearly onto the floor. He's hyped up as Long Beach State keep the rally alive. 2 excellent digs from Kellen Larson, and then Kelly tries to whip his arm around above the triple block, does not catch high hands, beach up by 5.
Hrstanovic roll serve, popped up by Kelly. Rowan sets up to Decker on the right side. He gets stuffed. Alex Kondev puts it right back into his face and then the floor. It's a roof for Alex Kondev. No, sir. Up above the net. A solo stuff puts the beach ahead 16-10.
Alex Kondev, quiet and about his business for the majority of this first set. Just makes a highlight play there. 2 hands on the block. Beach up now by 6.
Hrstanovic again serves it out this time. I want to circle back to that long rally, JD. Coach McRae, it looked like in the middle of the play, was trying to tell his guys, settle down, stay composed, and finish this thing out.
That's exactly what we talked about in the open. This crowd is loud. Long Beach hasn't played in front of an audience like this so far this season. McRae has. He's coached in this environment before. He's keeping his guys composed.
Cam Thorne serves off the tape, but Kondev keeps it up. Pazanti goes over to Hrstanovic, rolls off the blockers and out of bounds. Hrstanovic put just enough on it to keep it on the UCLA side. Rolled almost parallel with the net before it hit out of bounds. Daniil Hrstanovic has a kill, and the Beach are ahead by 6.
That's Hrstanovic's veteran experience showing through. He's had 2 shots now where he's been set off the net and still come away with a kill.
Alex Kondev serves for the Beach, tosses it high. Connolly keeps it up. Rowan, back set goes to Decker on the right side. He's roofed. It's Skylar Varga this time who gets over there, puts the phone call right into the floor. It's another timeout for UCLA off another solo stuff for the Beach. It's 18-11 in set 1.
Sean Kelly's calling. Skylar Varga isn't picking up. Beach up by 7, and the block party is just getting started as Long Beach State have established their dominance at the net here early on. It's Alex Kondev and Skylar Varga, the 2 outsides, making big-time plays, and Long Beach State is on the verge of running away with set 1.
That block has been fantastic for the Beach this year. They're second in the nation in blocks per set, and it's showing here so far. 18-11 Beach. They're ahead by 7 in the first set on 22 West Radio. The Beach have a 7-point lead in set 1. It's 18-11.
And Alex Kondev, fresh off a big-time block that Skylar Varga doubled up on, is going to head behind the service line. He came up clutch for Long Beach State in set 3 against Pepperdine with a set-sealing ace. He's got his game face on here tonight in the Pyramid.
Kondev, the Bulgarian, roll serves across. Rama to the ground on a pass to Rowan. He sets over to Kelly on the left side. Tips it over. Pancake by Hrstanovic. Keeps it alive. Varga, triple block there. Blocked. Larson keeps it alive. Varga all the way over into our table. A free ball from the back row. What a job by the Beach to keep the point alive. Set goes to Rame. Tips it across. Another pancake for Hrstanovic. Varga double block there. They tip it. Rowan one-arm dig. Rama puts it over towards Kelly. Left side attack. Roof down. Oh! Oh my gosh, the Beach are alive. Ben Braun this time over in front of the right pin. What a scramble drill through 2 different points. Pancakes from Hershinovic. A great job by Varga falling out of bounds to keep it alive, and the Beach find a point.
That might be the rally of the year. And Terry, who sits to our left, the always calm, cool, and composed statistician, looks over in my direction and says that was special. Long Beach 6 points away from taking set 1, and the Bruins need to find a response and fast.
19-11. Alex Kondev serving with the Beach on the offensive. Overpass right across the net. Pizzanti swinging. That'll be a kill. Jake Pizzanti goes on the attack on the first touch and puts the Beach ahead by 9.
Are you kidding me? Jake Pizzanti a la Moni Nikolov the last time these two teams met in this building. Off the overpass, Pizzanti, without hesitation, rises his 6'3" frame above the net and unloads.
Alex Kondev gives a high toss. Hits it on across again. This time it's passed by the middle. They go right back to him, and he's out of bounds. Hirsch can't find the left side of the floor. The Beach have extended their lead to 10.
And UCLA, the best attacking team in the country on the season, hitting above 400, are hitting now negative 118 here in set 1. This play is under review. That number could well change, but this is a Bruins team whose offensive numbers are off the charts. And for the first time this season, they have been severely disrupted by the Beach's block and putting in one of their worst offensive performances, not just this season, but in recent memory.
John Hawks is pulling out his first challenge of the match. Both teams get 3 challenges through 4 sets. If either one of them are out of their 3 challenges by the 5th, they get another one for the 5th set. Of course, if you win the challenge, you keep it. John Hawks is challenging that there was a tip on that last attack from Christopher Hirsch in front of the right pin. So review ongoing here.
Yeah, Christopher Hirsch, the middle blocker, slotted into that middle blocker 2 spot tonight. Throughout the season, it's been Michael Wong Diallo, the junior and Los Angeles native graduate of John Marshall High School in his junior season, that has stepped into that middle blocker 2 role behind Cameron Thorne. A roll of the dice tonight from John Hawks to put Hirsch in that role, and he's still looking to get on the board here. Hirsch, so far tonight, 1 error on 1 swing, has not found the floor yet. Would love to have a friendly tip go his way off this review.
I'll tell you what, JD, there is no better venue on the West Coast for men's volleyball when it's packed out like this. The energy in this building tonight is fantastic. The call is in. It's a successful challenge for UCLA, so they get the point overturned.
And that cuts out a 5-0 scoring. When you talk about the atmosphere, this game was sold out a week before first serve tonight. They had to sell standing room only tickets. Everywhere you look, our Long Beach fans packing out this pyramid. They have certainly brought the energy here in set 1.
It's 20-12 after the successful UCLA challenge. David Decker, the lefty, serves across the tape. It's kept up by Kondev. Pizzanti goes to Varga, goes cross court. He missed out of bounds, and they're going to say no touch. So it's an attacking error for Skylar Varga, and it looked like Andrew Rowan came down a little gimpy. He's back up on his feet, but looked to be shaken up for a moment.
Rowan might have caught a piece of the tape going into his forehead off of Skylar Varga's swing that he didn't catch cleanly above the net, and Connolly makes a great read in the back row. UCLA down 13-20.
Decker serves again, and it'll be an ace. Kellen Larson can't handle it, goes off of his arms and into the sandbar. Nick McRae will walk over and take a timeout now. UCLA's won 3 straight points for the first time tonight.
Yeah, that's a great momentum-busting timeout from Nick McRae, who is going to let his players lead this huddle. We've heard time and time again from Nick McRae after games. He wants Long Beach State to be the best player-led team in the nation. He's going to do a little bit of talking here, but this is on Long Beach State in the 6 on the floor to figure things out and fast. A 6-point lead can evaporate in a flash, especially against this Bruins team that is so deadly in the offensive end.
When you're playing the #1 team in the nation, there's no such thing as taking your foot off the gas. Long Beach State ahead 20-14 in set 1 on 22 West Radio. It's 20-14 in set 1. UCLA on a 3-0 scoring run as the Beach called timeout.
And behind the service line is David Decker, one of the best servers in the nation. Also one of the best attackers. The lefty opposite offers so much dynamism to this attack. He's also improved as a passer in the offseason, allowing UCLA to keep him in for serve receive.
.57 aces per set, 14th best in the nation for Decker. Redshirt junior hits it over again, hits the tape, but Kondev passes up to Pisanti. Back set goes over to Hrstanovic on the right side. He swings on out of bounds. No touch from the Bruins blockers. But it looks like we might get a challenge here from the beach. The Long Beach State 6 on the floor all immediately walked over and asked for it. Nick McRae will oblige.
Man, if this doesn't go Long Beach's way, it's now a 4-0 scoring run for UCLA. Daniil Hrstanovic, though, has been spectacular, not just to start this one, but in the last game, Long Beach played as well against Pepperdine with 15 kills. This is a guy who last season was having a spectacular year for Long Beach State before he was sidelined with a foot injury. They kept him out not only of the NCAA tournament, but the national championship game against UCLA. In the offseason, he takes a complete month off from anything volleyball or athletic related. He comes back to this Long Beach team now led by Nick McRae, refreshed, ready to go, and he has had a great start to this season.
It's been that two-headed dragon that Coach McRae has talked about in press conferences between Daniil Hrstanovic and Wojciech Gajek, the freshman from Poland. Both have been just great, so it's hard to imagine when either one of them aren't out on the floor. They're both certainly capable of being starters, but Hrstanovic gets the nod tonight against UCLA.
And Hrstanovic is the elder statesman of that two-headed dragon. He's the head who's been around for a little bit longer here in Long Beach, but Wojciech Gajek is a multi-talented opposite as well, and those two speak so highly of each other. They learn so much from one another. Those are two, as you mentioned in a little bit earlier on this first set, future Olympians on the floor. Those are two you're going to see in LA in just a few years.
The challenge ongoing here in Long Beach State, issuing their first challenge of the match, hoping for an overturn. Scoreboard currently shows 20-15, UCLA trailing by 5.
And this is a UCLA team that really needs somebody to step up in a moment like this. Is it Zach Rama? Is it Sean Kelly? This offense is still hitting in the negatives late on in set 1, and they need something to finally break their way.
And they get it here. It's an unsuccessful challenge from Long Beach State. The official ruling is that there was no touch like Long Beach State challenged for there to be one. So it's 20-15. UCLA has won 4 straight points to get themselves back in set 1. David Decker to serve again. UCLA trails by 5. 15 serving 20 in set 1, and it's a service error for Decker to break the run. The Beach are back ahead by 6.
And as good as David Decker has been this season on the offensive end, he has games where he's hot, and then he's cold, he's yes, and then he's no. That time he just stands on the sidelines for a little bit too long and takes a little bit of juice off the swing. Now it's up to the serving sub for Long Beach State, Ryan Peluso, to close out this first set for the Beach.
Another lefty, the Florida native, Ryan Peluso, in to serve. Beach ahead by 6. Peluso serves across, passing the back row, Rowan underneath. Back set goes over to Decker on the right side. He hits it way out of bounds. No touch from Long Beach State. Tried to hit off high hands and came up empty. It's 22-15.
And Ryan Peluso, the native of Orlando, Florida, has been with this program now for a few years. This season it looks like his role is serving sub. He has dialed in that serve at so many points this season against lesser opponents. Now he needs to step up in a big way as the Beach are 3 points away from a set victory.
22-15. This one's controlled by Connolly. Rowan controlled underneath it. Goes to Decker again, and he hits it out again. A repeat of the last play. Decker with an attacking error, and the Beach have won 3 straight points.
That's the hot and cold we're talking about with David Decker. Had a career-high 22 kills against Ball State, but he's also had 4 games this season where he doesn't crack 5 kills. He hasn't had one tonight either, and now Ryan Peluso can continue his service run.
23-15. Ryan Peluso serves again. It's another good one. Rama passes up to Rowan. Set to the left side for Kelly. Off a tip from the blockers. Kondev Dick. Pisanti goes for Varga. He rolls it over, but gets blocked. Chris puts it right down. The ball was hanging right above the net. Chris just flipped it down onto the floor. There's some protest here from John Hawks trying to say that Chris got too far over the net. That was immediately the ask from the UCLA players on the floor. But the call will stand.
And Nick McRae was saying no way immediately. Now this building can truly get loud. The Pyramid on their feet for set point.
Set point number 1, 24-15. Peluso serves, overpass back onto the Beach side. Chris, first touch, puts it back across towards UCLA. Here's Rowan setting up in the middle for Hirsch, dug out in the back row. Pisanti slams it down. Was there a touch of the net? There was. They're going to say it's a net violation against Pisanti as he tried to push across. The Beach will not be able to celebrate yet. It's 24-16.
And that's the freshman in Jackson Chris showing as Long Beach had an opportunity to put that point away early. His overpass gives UCLA another chance, and Pisanti makes a great play at the net, but comes down on the tape. UCLA stays alive.
Set point number 2, 24-16. Sean Kelly to serve for the Bruins. Flips the ball out in front of him, hits it on across and out of bounds. It's a service error from Sean Kelly, and the Beach dominates set 1, 25-16. A resounding set 1 victory. They'll switch benches with the Beach ahead 1-9.
By no means the best offensive set for Long Beach State. They hit just 250, but they hold UCLA to their worst offensive single set performance of the season so far, hitting negative 136. That is absurd for the best offense in the country. Long Beach has their block come alive as well. There's 3 in that first set. Big ones from Alex Kondev, Jackson Chris, and Skylar Varga. And heading into set 2, all the momentum is on the side of the home team.
25-16. Long Beach State, as you said, holds UCLA well in the negatives as Long Beach hits 250 and they win set 1 25-16. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes for set 2 between number 1 and number 2 in the nation. Long Beach State and UCLA in a sellout. It's the Beach up 1-0 on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State ahead 1-0 to open up the match here on their home floor. Number 1 UCLA on the road to take on the Beach. It's the Beach ahead 1-0.
Yeah, and the Long Beach were spectacular in that first set at the net. They're winning the duel, and that battle between Jake Pizzanti and Andrew Rowan continues to unfold. In the first set, Rowan just 5 assists, Pizzanti just 6. It's the men around them who are making the big plays, and Long Beach will need to stay disruptive at the net here in set 2 against one of the best middle groups in the country that underwent a little bit of reshuffling in the offseason. Once again, stepping onto the floor is the man starting just his second career game for UCLA, Christopher Hirsch, alongside Cameron Thorne, who also failed to register a kill in that first set. Very rare for one of the best attacking middles in the country.
It'll be UCLA serving to open up set 2. They just haven't been able to get their attack in rhythm so far. 3 blocks for the Beach in set 1. UCLA hit -136. Sean Kelly serves to open up the second set. Pass from Kondev up to Pizzanti. He sets quick to Chris, but he's roofed down. Christopher Hirsch picks up a big block in the middle, solo style, against the opposing middle blocker, and the Bruins win the first point.
Christopher Hirsch gets the block off of an awkward in-between kind of set from Pizzanti. He was going out to the outside for Skylar Varga. Jackson Chris, though, stepped in front, tipped it across, and it was an easy block for the middle on the other side.
Sean Kelly serves again. 1-0 Bruins. Pass from Kondev again as he went to the ground. Pizzanti goes over to the left pin. Varga pushes it through a couple of blockers and down onto the floor. Skylar Varga makes it 1-1.
Skylar Varga's been set more than anybody on the floor tonight for the Beach. That's his 3rd kill on 8 swings as Pizzanti's been targeting him early. National Player of the Year contender, certainly, and he's making a name for himself once again tonight.
Jake Pizzanti now gets to stand in front of the sand pit. He taps the ball on his right hip, as is his routine. Spins it out in front, hits it off the tape. Connolly dives to keep it up. Rowan sets up for Kelly from the back row. He got it off the tip from the blockers and then out of bounds in the back row. Pizzanti dove to his left. Varga also there, but couldn't get underneath it.
Sean Kelly, we mentioned his Olympic-level pedigree. He was the captain of the under-19s team for a few years under the tutelage of many great coaches in USA Volleyball. Having a great game so far.
Christopher Hirsch serves out of bounds, missed it to the right. The redshirt junior gets the starting nod, had a roof to open up the set, but now after a service error, he'll go to the bench.
And returning to the floor is Chris Connolly, the Long Beach State transfer in the back row. He's going to line up in zone 1 across court from Skylar Varga here in serve receive.
Skylar Varga to serve, second in the nation in aces per set. Roll serve into the net. He falls down onto his knees in dismay. Varga is, for as much prowess as he has by converting serves into aces, he does not commit very many errors.
And here's the service battle that's going to unfold now. Andrew Rowan recognizes where Long Beach is lined up in the back row. He's going to target Alex Kondev on a cross-court serve right here.
3-2 UCLA. It's Larson who steps in front of Kondev to pass it. Kondev gets the set on the left side, and he's got the kill, swinging right through the hands of Cameron Thorne, and then out of bounds. 3-3 in set 2.
And that's a late adjustment in the back row. Rowan recognizes that Kondev is on an island, and right before his toss gets in the air, Larson takes a shuffle step towards Kondev, steps in front of the outside, and frees him up to get the kill and put the Beach back in a tie at 3 apiece.
There's a rule change this year, allows rotations to start moving as soon as the server tosses it in the air. Rama pass up to Rowan, sets quick to the middle for Thorne, and he's onto the board. Cameron Thorne just able to get it through Jackson Christ and then to the ground on the Beach side. 4-3 Bruins.
Cameron Thorne in his second year with UCLA, the transfer from Grand Canyon, is a 2-time All-American, and last year won the Ryan Miller Award for Best Middle Blocker in the nation and the Deanne Blanton Award for the Best Minority Offensive Player in NCAA Volleyball.
Zach Rama serves, Varga pass. They go to Braun this time, and he's in bounds. Cross court onto the right side of the floor. John Hawks looked over towards his bench to get confirmation to hit the line. He nods his head in approval. It's 4-4.
Excellent kill that time, and Pizzanti is looking comfortable here on the floor, spreading the wealth so far to start set 2.
Daniil Hershinovich serves next, all tied in set 2. Booms it over. Connolly, a high pass right at the net. Rowan underneath. Sets quick to the middle again. And it's another kill for Cameron Thorne. This time it got blocked, but the block goes out of bounds on the UCLA side of the floor. 5-4 Bruins.
And the former Antelope can jump out of the gym. That time didn't even catch the ball cleanly, but was a good head and shoulders above the net. Goes off the tape, then off the blockers and out of bounds. But Rowan and Thorne yet to get in system, in rhythm here in this matchup.
Thorne serves. Varga overpass back onto the Bruins side, controlled by Kelly. Now they set for Rama from the back row, and he comes right through and delivers the kill. It's 6-4 Bruins.
And if you want to be a setter, just watch what Andrew Rowan does night in and night out. The way he squares his shoulders around, has hands like butter, and fakes out the Beach blockers to set up the kill coming from the back row is perfection. UCLA has opened up a 2-point lead.
Cameron Thorne serves again. Kondev passes up to Pizzanti at the net. Back set. Hershinovich right side pushes across, but it's kept up by Hirsch in the front row. Right side, Decker tries to tool a block. Nice diving dig from Larson, but it turned into a joust at the net that the Beach didn't get up to in time and lands on their side after hitting the net. UCLA's won 3 straight.
David Decker fakes out Ben Braun that time. Acts like the ball's going to land above the net, and so does Ben Braun. The pass, though, is too short, and both attackers come up short, and UCLA continues to lead here through set 2.
Cam Thorne serves again. Kondev pass up to Pizzanti on the left side. He sets up the right side for Hershinovich, and he puts it off the blockers and out. Daniil Hershinovich tools the block for a kill and beats it back within 2.
Hershinovich cuts out a 3-0 run for UCLA. The Beach still trail. It's 5-7 here in the early goings of set 2.
The Beach ahead 1-0. Alex Kondev to serve now. Bulgarian gives a high toss and hits it into the bottom half of the net. Long Beach State now with 8 service errors.
And that's a high toss. Kondev lets one roll off his fingertips nearly to the rafters before letting it fly and goes into the bottom of the tape. Service errors piling up here for both teams, 7 apiece.
David Decker serves next, 8-5 Bruins, and he gives a service error of his own. Ended a run where UCLA was trying to get back into set 1. Decker was behind the service line, but then gave the momentum back to the Beach with an error.
And you need to show up serve receive, just send the middle behind the line. Here's Ben Braun looking to put the ball in play and get the momentum back in the second set for the Beach.
Braun float serve is across. Rama pass up to the net for Rowan. He gets blocked. Rowan again sets this time into the middle, and Hirsch delivers the kill. UCLA looking like their attack is much more comfortable than it was in set 1. They're back ahead by 3.
Comfortable is certainly the word for it, and Andrew Rowan has options now at the pins. Sean Kelly was lingering on the left side, and instead he goes to the middle. Jackson Christ caught in 2 months, could not get a block up in time, and now the Bruins are starting to find their offensive efficiency.
Sean Kelly serves with the Bruins ahead by 3. Larson controls it right at the 10-foot line. Pizzanti sets up Kondev from the back row, and he's got the kill. Hirsch just a tiny bit late to seal off the net. Just got through him into the ground on the Bruins side. Alex Kondev gets the Beach back within a pair.
And we're talking fractions of a second as Alex Kondev comes from the back row. The ball goes straight down, but it's on the Bruins side. And Long Beach and UCLA continue to trade blows. A lot more hands active at the net so far in the second set, disrupting every single attack.
Jake Pizzanti serves next for the Beach. The redshirt freshman sat behind Moni Nikolov last year, now in the starting role. It's low into the net. Rowan falling to the ground, gets it over to Rama. His attack, though, out of bounds to the left side. UCLA looking to the bench. Thought there might have been a tip. Christopher Hirsch saying over towards John Hawks. Won't be a challenge, though. It's an attacking error for UCLA.
Jake Pizzanti, an underrated part of his game is the pressure he puts teams under from the service line. Already an ace tonight and nearly had his second on that last exchange.
Pizzanti serves again, this time too strong. A really good read from Chris Connolly. That one did not miss by much, but as he dove to his right, got his arms out of there.
Chris Connolly only one dig tonight, but he's made a lot of those good reads in serve receive, Bruce, keeping UCLA out of unnecessarily long rallies and keeping the Bruins there in the lead. They now have an opportunity to serve up by 2.
10-8, Hirsch serves now, low and across, but out to the right. So it's another service error, 9th of the game for UCLA. Both teams have 9.
And UCLA is willing to sacrifice these service errors if it means putting Long Beach under more pressure in service. We saw how Long Beach was able to win extended rallies in set 1. UCLA wants to get in and out of points as quickly as possible, it looks, here in set 2.
Skylar Vargas serves next, looking for his first ace tonight. Pass gets to Rowan. Now right side swinging is Decker, and he hit it out of bounds. His attack hit the tape on its way over. Meted directed it out of bounds as it moved to the right. It's 10-10.
And that's the 6th attacking error of the night for David Decker. He's hitting negative .625, just 1 kill on 8 swings, and some of his attacks so far tonight have not been close. John Hawks is going to want a lot more out of Decker as the redshirt junior is an important clog in this Bruins offense.
Varga in front of the sand pit, now serves it on across, passing the back row from Kelly. Rowan moving away, gets over to Rama, but it's tipped up and dug out by Pizzanti. Varga steps into set, goes over towards Hershinovic, right side, popped up by the blockers, dug out back row by Kelly. Rowan goes over to Rama, swinging right down onto the floor, but out of bounds. It was a sharp angle as Rama tried to push it down, but he missed the line by just a hair. Looks like UCLA is going to call timeout. It's not a challenge issue, just a regular timeout. Long Beach has gone on a 3-0 scoring run, and they're ahead 11-10.
Just like that, Long Beach retakes the lead, and it's a rare attacking error from Zach Rama. The blockers were late. He had acres of space above the net, more than he's used to, and he tried to bounce one inside the 10-foot line, just misses, and Cameron Thorne was ready to celebrate coming away from that point. Bruce looked back, saw the line judge did not have the flag down, and was in a little bit of disbelief. UCLA not having the sets and the offense break their way so far through this one, and Long Beach hangs around. They take the lead here early and now look to extend it out of the break.
That last play is a chance that at least 9 times out of 10 for Zach Rama will be a kill. As you said, he had tons of mileage right there with no blockers at the net, but tried to get too exact with it and missed the line to the left side. UCLA calls timeout as the Beach now ahead by 1.
We can talk a little bit now about that coaching battle between these two head coaches that are similar in more ways than they are different. John Hawks and Nick McRae, both in their playing days, were liberos. Nick McRae, though, he bleeds black and gold. He played at Long Beach State after transferring from Long Beach City College. He's born and raised in this city, and after Alan Knipe asked him to join his staff 13 years ago, as they say, the rest is history. John Hawks, on the other hand, he's the journeyman. He's been all around college volleyball since graduating Grassmont College and playing at San Diego State. He's been all around the college landscape. He was an assistant at UC Irvine, USC, and was an assistant under Alan Knight before he departed for the Olympics in 2009. Long Beach State was also John Hawks' home for 3 seasons as he was an assistant under Andy Reid, joined UCLA under John Speraw in 2015. Joined Loyola Chicago 7 years later, and now he's back at the helm of the Bruins in what has been a tumultuous coaching career that has led him to some astounding heights.
11-10, Skylar Vargas serves out of the timeout, kept up by Kelly. Rama attacking left side again, over a triple block, dug out in the back row by Varga. They go over to Kondev, left side attack, pushes it over with 2 hands. We're going to call a carry, though, I think, or a double touch, actually, on Kondev as he tried to push it across.
Kondev saw open space in the back row. Nobody was covering the coffin corner, and Kondev just lingers a little bit too long on the ball. It's called for the double touch. Could have also well been a carry, and now we're all tied up at 11.
All tied in set 2. Andrew Rowan serves across. Kondev, a good pass up to Pizzanti, right at the net. Quick to Christ in the middle. He's got the kill. Put it off of Cameron Thorne and out of bounds. Thorne with his shoulders low as he turns around, a little frustrated towards his teammates. It's 12-11 Beach.
And that's because Cameron Thorne was up there alone working against Jackson Christ. We mentioned Cam Thorne is an incredible athlete, 6'4". He's matched up against the 6'10" Jackson Christ, a definite height mismatch that the freshman will look to exploit.
Christ has 1 ace tonight. Here he goes to serve again and hits it way out of bounds. Hit it right into the line judge on the right side, 12-12.
Jackson Christ, the service errors are piling up, but That's a part of his game. They're going to come. He's got to ride him out, and he's in a conversation with Nick McRae as he heads back to the bench as we go back and forth in set 2.
Zach Rama serving for the Bruins. Pass from Varga underneath just beyond the 10-foot line. Set goes to the right side, and Daniil Hershinovic has the kill, swinging from the right pin. A couple of blockers got there for the Bruins, but big enough swing put it right through their hands.
Hershinovic, that's his 4th kill. Once again, we'll mention Jake Pizzanti doing a great job distributing the well, 13 assists, but he's got 4 attackers now with 3 or more kills leading the way. It has been efficient from Pizzanti, and what is the biggest stage he has stepped onto in his young Long Beach State career.
Daniil Hershinovic will serve next, standing right in front of the sandpit that is packed out with students. I don't see a single empty seat in the student section here in the Pyramid. They've got the band over there playing live as well. Daniil Hershinovic serves and hits it out of bounds. Too strong for service error. They're trading points now. It's tied at 13.
The 11th service error for Long Beach State, and when Long Beach is able to put the ball in play, we said it in set 1, they are the better team. Allowing UCLA to take control of the service battle is not what Nick McRae will want to see from his team.
Cam Thorne trying to get this one in play. He does, but Kondev controls it. Pizzanti sets up to Brawny. Pushes across a changeup. Pancake from Rowan keeps it alive. Right side, Decker roll shot dug out by Larson. Pizzanti backs that, going for Hershinovic again. Off a tip, it's dug out by Rama in the back row. Rowan going for Kelly. Triple block there, but they put it out of bounds. The Beach got up to the block, but couldn't really seal it off. The ball just floated just out of bounds. UCLA wins back-to-back points.
And Sean Kelly picks up his 5th kill. Made noise as a freshman a few years ago, making the MPSF all-freshman team, and really he has not looked back. His production year over year has increased, and he's on a lot of people's radar going into this season, stepping into that role, that void left by Cooper Robinson, one of the all-time great outside hitters at UCLA.
14-13 Bruins. Kondev passes again. Pizzanti now sets up Varga in the combination play. It's blocked just on the Beach side, and Braun misread it a little bit. The ball got blocked high up into the air. As it came down, Braun was ready to overhead pass it, but it hit the net before it got to his hands and then falls to the ground.
Yeah, that's Ben Braun losing the ball in the lights of the Pyramid. 9 times out of 10, he's elevating above the net and bouncing that one inside the 10-foot line. And UCLA continues to lead.
15-13, and now a service error from Thorne gets the Beach back within 1.
And this second set certainly doesn't have the pop of that first one, Bruce, where we had highlights left and right for the Beach. UCLA likes that. They want to control the tempo. They want to control the momentum. They want to take this crowd out of the game. They've certainly been successful so far in set 2.
Alex Kondev serves down for an ace. That'll get the crowd re-energized. Alex Kondev delivers, and it's 15-15.
You said it best, that sand pit not yet ready to explode, but plenty of hands go up in celebration of Alex Kondev's ace, and just like that, Long Beach are back in it.
First ace of the night. Kondev serving again for another one. Back-to-back aces for the Bulgarian. He doesn't even give any high fives to his teammates. He's all business. Turns right back around to get the ball again.
And now the sandpit is starting to stand up, get on their feet for Alex Kondev, who's on a run behind the service line. When he's dialed in, he is a hard man to stop.
3-0 scoring run, back-to-back aces. Kondev serves into the net. That'll break the run and get us tied again, 16-16.
Now the sandpit can take a seat. But that's the kind of electrifying play that Alex Kondev can provide. This is a man who stepped into the starting lineup midway through last season in light of those injuries and made the most of his opportunity and stuck around this year to make another run to that natty.
David Decker serves. Pass from Larson up to Pizzanti. He sets up Varga. Cross-court shot is down. Pushed it right off the blockers and then into the UCLA bench. Skylar Varga delivers, and it's a 1-point lead for Long Beach State.
And just as he did in set 1, Nick McRae will make a change in service. Back onto the floor comes Ryan Peluso. Ben Braun gets big high fives as he heads back to the bench. As Peluso finds himself in a similar situation, Beach up by 1, looking to close out set 2, needing only 8 more points.
Peluso, the junior, 4th year with the program, had a redshirt year in there. Rama controls his serve. Rowan sets right back to Rama from the back row. One-arm dig from Kondev, but it's low and hits the ground. Unable to get there was Pizzanti in the front row. It's 17-17.
And now Peluso will exit. Back in comes Kellen Larson. Big high fives to that back row, and Larson will line up opposite of the server. It's going to be Sean Kelly looking to apply pressure now with us tied up at 17.
Kelly gives the high toss, hits it right off the tape, but Larson controls it. Pizzanti underneath, backside goes to Hershinovic, right side, he hits line, but Connolly digs it out. Rowan underneath, goes to Rama this time, pushed across with an open hand. Nice diving dig by Hershinovic. Varga pushing off a triple block, one-arm dig from Connolly, just out of bounds. A bump set goes back towards Rama. He's roofed down. A triple block from Long Beach State. Jackson Chris, Jake Pizzanti, and Skylar Varga shoulder to shoulder put it back into the ground. It's 18-17 Beach.
And Jake Pizzanti wheels away from the triple block and screams at his bench in celebration. Chris Connolly keeps that rally alive with a spectacular dig, but the Beach are able to put a tight triple block at the net and retake the lead.
Long Beach ahead by 1. Fresh off the block, Jake Pizzanti serves low. Connolly pops it up, but a bump set from Rowan gets to Rama. He dunks it right down. That's a great job from UCLA. Off a tough serve to return, Connolly with a low pass up to Rowan. He bumped it over to Rama, and he did the rest.
That is a smart play, and Hrstanovic was baited by the block, and now a change coming from John Hawks, recognizing that UCLA needs a spark. Out goes the man making just his second career start, Christopher Hirsch. Back in comes, for the first time tonight, the setter, Trent Taliaferro.
Taliaferro, native of San Clemente, second-generation UCLA volleyball player. Tips his serve off the tape. Kondev controls it. Pizzanti goes over left side for Hrstanovic, but it's popped up in the air, dug out by Kelly. Rowan going for Raman this time on the left side. Dug out of bounds by Kondev. It's a low dig again that floated across the net this time before going out of bounds. UCLA is taking the lead.
And Taliaferro, whose father Brandon won 2 NCAA titles as a player in '98 and 2000, and who also holds the UCLA record for most assists all time and in a single season. As you mentioned, in his second season, a second-generation Bruin, as a timeout is called here before Taliaferro can serve again.
Nick McRae calling this one as Long Beach State wants to continue to control the environment here. This has been a back-and-forth second set, JD. Much more competitive and controlled than set 1 was, but it's UCLA with a 1-point lead for now.
Yeah, and the gambles from John Hawks starting to pay off. He's able to reshuffle that lineup with Christopher Hirsch, who we're going to say time and time again was a surprise on the starting lineup tonight. And now he brings in Taliaferro to try to give not only UCLA a spark in service, but a two-setter look on the offensive end. Wonder how long Taliaferro will stay in the game after he's off the service line. For Nick McRae, though, he has kept his lineup and rotation short. Only Ryan Peluso, the change in service that we have seen out of the ordinary, really, for Long Beach State's starting 6. These are two teams that are, we're going to say time and time again, the 2 best teams in collegiate volleyball, and they're playing like it. They're being coached like it. This feels a little bit like a national championship game. It's only the first punch in what is going to prove to be a long season, but both these teams taking this game without any grains of salt. It's all on the line right here, right now in the pyramid.
And a big reason why this feels like a national championship game is because this has been the matchup for the last 2 national championship games. UCLA took it in 2024. Long Beach State got their revenge last year. And now this is a big season for these 2 programs as they have really had a budding rivalry that continues to build.
Yeah, UCLA, the winningest program in men's volleyball history, and Long Beach State, that mid-major that has built something special under Alan Knight, but now his longtime assistant, Nick McRae.
Trent Taliaferro serves into the net, so we're tied again off the Bruins service error, 19-all in set 2.
And Taliaferro will sub out. Back in comes Hirsch, and then he's replaced by the libero, Chris Connolly. So Taliaferro being used only as a serving sub, as now Skylar Varga has the Beach just 6 points away from taking set 2.
Beach ahead 1-0 already. Varga serves out of bounds, too strong. So Varga, with a couple of service errors tonight, has not been all the way dialed into his usual level. It's 20-19 UCLA.
Skylar Varga has 2 games this season with 7 aces. He's had at least 1 in every single one to this point. None so far tonight. Now it's advantage UCLA up 20-19.
Andrew Rowan serves across and out of bounds, so he gives it right back. 20-all in set 2.
And Andrew Rowan, no aces for him tonight either. And that marathon and famous set against Ohio State that set the NCAA record for longest set in men's volleyball history, it was Rowan who ended it with an ace. There's no pressure on his shoulders. He just has not been able to hit his spots tonight.
Jackson Chris trying to get his inbounds. He rolls it, but it does get over. Rama, one-armed set from Rowan, just does get across as Rama was falling out of bounds. Hrstanovic dunks down. I was already thinking Long Beach State might be thinking pulling out the challenge card as Rama was out of bounds. His attack might have been to the outside of the antenna, but it won't matter. Long Beach State wins the point anyway on a Daniil Hrstanovic kill.
And Hrstanovic realizes it's David Decker on the other side. The 2 lefties going head-to-head, and Hrstanovic lets it float all the way over to his right hand and dunks it down right on the line. A smart play from Hrstanovic, who is now leading the Beach with 5 kills.
Jackson Chris will serve again, 21 serving 20 in set 2. It was huge down the stretch for UCLA to not fall behind 2-0. The Beach trying to take advantage. Jackson Chris serves inbounds. It was dying and going towards the line. It just did land on it. UCLA will call timeout. Their players had given up on that one with the English falling towards the ground, but it just does catch the line. The second ace of the night for the true freshman, Jackson Christ.
And we've been saying it to this point. Jackson Christ will sacrifice the errors for the aces. UCLA baited into thinking that those kind of sidewinder curveball serves from Jackson Christ are going nowhere. Well, not this time. Jackson Christ now has the Beach on a 3-0 scoring run, just putting the ball in play and then punishing when given the opportunity. Long Beach looking to go up 2-0 on UCLA, the #1 team in the country. And this is a bit of deja vu for John Hawks, who had UCLA in a similar position in that national championship game, going up first to the red zone before Moni Nikolov stepped behind the line. And John Hawks still thinks about that exchange that really swayed the momentum of that national championship. Here in set 2, it's Jackson Christ making all the difference.
There's a lot of emotion in this rivalry that has stemmed not only from everything Moni Nikolov did last year in leading the Beach to a national championship at UCLA. As you said, the comments from their head coach, John Hawks, and from some of the players on the team, they've been trying to prove that now that Moni Nikolov is playing professionally over in Europe, the Bruins have the best setter in the country in Andrew Rowan, and they think they've got the best roster as well.
And that may not be a debate, right? Andrew Rowan is an incredible setter and one of the greatest setters of all time to ever grace the court in college volleyball, but it's about the pieces around the setter that really need to step up. And tonight, Long Beach State continues to hit at that 250 clip. Not their best, not their worst, consistent presence at the net all night long. And Long Beach now in the driver's seat to go up 2-0. And UCLA searching for answers in that huddle will need to find some as Jackson Christ continues to serve.
22-20. Jackson Christ gives a toss up in front of him, serves it on over. Connolly controls. Rowan sets over to Rama on the right side. His attack is out of bounds. Too strong beyond the back line. Long Beach State's extended their lead to 3.
And Zach Rama, 5 kills tonight, but he's been set more than anybody on the floor and has not been able to find success. This is a guy who's on the upward trajectory after last season having 319 kills, best for second on the team. Not his best performance, and Chris continues to serve.
23-20, Long Beach State. Jackson Christ tosses and serves again. Rama pass right up to the net. Rowan, one-arm set, goes back to Rama. He tries to push it off of Kondev out of bounds, and he does. It's a tool with 2 hands for Zach Rama. He gets the serve back for the Bruins and makes it 23-21.
And Zach Rama, who's now hitting dead even on the night, really needed that kill to go his way. Kondev had everything locked down, and that's just veteran experience showing through. It's 21 serving 23.
Rama roll serve, one-arm backhand pass from Kondev. Hershinovic right side attack, gets tipped, that'll be a kill. Rowan has fallen out of bounds but could not save it, and the Beach fans will get up on their feet. 24-21, it's set point number 1.
Just composed offense from the Beach. This crowd has not been able to get into anything to sink their teeth into really in this second set. Now for set point, they rise once again. This is a big serve coming now for the man who did not appear in last year's national championship.
The Beach already ahead 1-0, and now Daniil Hershinovic goes behind the line, looking to end set 2, 24-21. Pyramid faithful, a sold-out crowd on their feet. Daniil Hershinovic gives a toss out in front of him. He hits it over and out of bounds. Service error will keep UCLA alive.
And the Toronto native just cannot get that ball to tickle the white paint on the back line. And John Hawks will make another change here. In for the first time tonight is Spencer Graves.
With their backs against the wall, Spencer Graves, the junior out of Pacific Palisades, comes off the bench trying to keep UCLA alive. Set point number 2. Graves serves across. Varga to the ground on a pass. Pizzanti goes to the left side. The attack from Kondev is out of bounds without a touch. UCLA wins back-to-back points.
And John Hawks had a little finger waggle at the end there as Nick McRae now wants a conference with our officials to discuss the touch.
Is he going to challenge? He is.
Yes,
so
sir.
This is going to be a huge review. If Long Beach State can get an overturn, they'll win set 2. Scoreboard currently shows 24-23. The Beach ahead by 1. The ruling on the floor was no touch from the UCLA blockers. Nick McRae issues a challenge.
And this is what UCLA was unable to do in the national championship last year. Fight back after going down in set 2. And talk about some of the guys who aren't around for Long Beach State for this matchup. Moni Nikolov obviously playing out in Russia. Lazar Buchkov, the middle blocker who started the season as middle blocker 1 and got injured, is playing back in his hometown of Sofia, Bulgaria. Sotir Shiopanis now finding his trade in Greece. Another man who got injured halfway through the season, offering Alex Kondev that opportunity to step up. The middle blocker Dieris McRaven, who had some highlight plays in the national championship, currently playing out in Italy. And Nato Dickinson, who stepped into that opposite role in the absence of Daniil Hershinovic and went on a Linsanity type run through that national championship. Played first in India, and now in Indonesia. There's a few other members of that national championship winning squad that Long Beach will have to face this season. Sebastiano Sani, currently at UC San Diego. Georgi Bainev, is now a women's volleyball volunteer assistant at Cypress College, but 2 players now have faced Long Beach State in back-to-back games that were on the national championship team. The libero Ford Hartman now finds his trade as a serving passing sub at Pepperdine, and now Chris Connolly tonight.
The call is in, and it's a successful challenge. Long Beach State gets the overturn, and they've won set 2, 25-22. Jake Beaudry giving some gesturing to the crowd to get up and get loud. Long Beach State on the doorstep of a sweep of number 1 UCLA.
And Long Beach was able to keep their heads cool. It's not so much about the men who were here last year and what they did. It's about the 6 on the floor and what they can achieve tonight. Nick McRae has made that abundantly clear to start this season. Through 2 sets, Long Beach not only have played like the better team, they've pulled out results. UCLA and the Bruins will need to have a little bit more fight in their bellies coming out into set 3 to avoid a shocking sweep.
JD, we've been talking off the air over the last couple of weeks as the season has gotten going. There truly has been no drop-off or really any change in the feel at all, with Nick McRae taking over as the official head coach, Alan Knipe stepping down as he retired. But McRae had been coaching underneath Knipe as an assistant, 2 times won the AVCA National Assistant Coach of the Year. This was something they were prepared for, and Coach Knipe was getting Nick McRae ready for the role. He did a fantastic job because clearly there's been no learning curve at all. Long Beach 8-0 to begin the new season, and now they're up 2-0 over number 1 UCLA.
You said it best, and Alan Knipe, honored in the pregame today for his years, his decades of service to this program, said it's always going to be about the volleyball, not so much about him, but about the program he leaves behind. And those words really start to echo and become more powerful as you realize what Long Beach have been able to achieve through 2 sets here tonight. Nick McRae, you said it best, Bruce. There's one word to describe him for this role, and that is ready. Every interview, every opportunity, he gives credit to Alan Knipe, but also talks about how much this program means to him. When he was the libero here, recruited from Long Beach City College, he played in just 1 match over 2 years. He learned under Alan Knipe while he was a player and then as a coach. When he first came into this program, TJ DeFalco, Josh Chuiniga, Kyle Ensing, those are the guys, the legends of this program that Nick McRae coached and then learned from. He has stepped into this role and excelled in. UCLA, this historic program, they've only ever had 2 head coaches in their history, Al Skates and John Spera. John Hawks is the 3rd. Following up a legacy like that is big shoes to fill for a guy like Hawks, who comes from Loyola Chicago, a program he built into a national contender. There's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences between these 2 coaches, and it's starting to show here tonight as UCLA needs to have John Hawks lead them in this 3rd set to something a little bit different than we've seen through the first 2.
And you talk about Hawks in his 2nd year. It was an interesting storyline with the way that he got the job, because instead of it being a retirement, his predecessor, John Spera, resigned from his position at UCLA to take over, had been both simultaneously the UCLA head coach and the USA national team head coach, instead resigned from both of those jobs to become the Team USA president and CEO. So it caught mostly everybody off guard that Spera departed his role. They hired Hawks away from Loyola Chicago, and now in his 2nd year, there's been a lot of good things, even though it was surprising for him to take over the role when he did.
Yeah, and John Hawks, so much we can focus on, it happens on the volleyball court with these coaches, but the personal aspect of these coaches' lives is also something to note. John Hawks said goodbye to the team he built over 2 years on Zoom in Chicago. He left his family behind for 6 months to come out and coach in Westwood. That period was very difficult for him as he had a lot to handle and a lot going on. 3 guys on his roster last year lost their homes in the Palisades fire. There was so much happening off the court for UCLA that their perseverance and their quiet composure to make that national championship game has to be applauded. Hawks, though, wants to go a step further. The legacy of Skate, the legacy of Spera, the rushed nature in which he was appointed to the job now doesn't really matter to him because he's been there for the 2026 season since day 1.
These are 2 teams that are built with winning DNA. It's Long Beach State, the defending national champions, playing underneath the 2025 banner in the pyramid, who have gotten out to a 2-0 lead. They're going to try and sweep UCLA as they're back out on the floor. 3rd set about to begin.
And that banner was just raised a few weeks ago, and it's certainly shining up there in the rafters tonight as the sold-out crowd has soaked in the action so far here tonight. Long Beach hitting now 317 on the night, and this 3rd set is pivotal. UCLA down but not out. These Bruins have been here before, the winningest program in the history of college volleyball. John Hawks, who's also done a lot of winning, now has guys on the floor that have been on bigger stages than this and pulled out results. It's going to be up to the Andrew Rowans, the Sean Kellys, and the Zach Ramos to step up here in set 3.
Jake Beaudry going behind the service line for Long Beach State. Beach up 2-0, 25-16 in set 1, 25-22 in the 2nd set. Jake Beaudry serving to get set 3 underway. Tosses the ball out in front of him and hits it into the net. Service error number 15 of the night begins set 3.
15 now service errors, but there's 5 aces on that line as well compared to UCLA's 1. Service pressure in the battle between the liberos has been one to watch tonight. Larson has done a great job for Long Beach in the back row, covering Kondev. He'll need to continue that here in set 3.
Christopher Hirsch, the middle blocker, serves for UCLA. Hits a knuckleball, but it's kept up by Kondev. Left side push over by Hirshinovich. Thorne now steps into set over to Rama. He hits line from the left side, but missed it. An attacking error for Zach Rama makes it 1-1.
And that time, Cameron Thorne steps right in front of Andrew Rowan, who had to give him a little tap on the shoulder and says, "Don't worry, I'm right here." UCLA looking to find their rhythm here, and they need to find it fast in set 3.
Skylar Varga looking for his first ace tonight. Hits it up and over. Rama controls it. Now the set goes to Thorne in the middle. He hit the hand. He hit the ball first with the front of his hand, then hit it again with the back of his hand. A super awkward swing there from Cameron Thorne, who has not been in rhythm tonight.
Yeah, that's a rip set going to Cameron Thorne. Quick in the middle. He sees a spot open on the near side of the floor, and he was over.
Left side, pushes over with 2 hands and right down. Nice move from the sophomore Alex Kondev to find some open space on the floor and push the ball right down to it.
And Alex Kondev has done a lot more of that this season than he did last year, where he was an all-power kind of guy. 2 hands over for safety, able to find the soft spot right along that 10-foot line. Beautiful work from the outside.
3-1 Long Beach State. Skylar Varga to serve again. Senior hits it into the net. I believe that's service error number 3 for Varga tonight, more than he usually accumulates.
Yeah, and Skylar Varga still without a service ace. 4 kills on 11 swings for him. The Saskatchewan native last year was a AVCA first-team All-American. He's played like it's night, but that little hiccup in service will certainly be bothering him for the rest of the set.
It's actually his 4th error.
Ooh.
Larson with a good dig here to keep it alive. Left side attack from Kondev. Dug out in the back row by Kelly. Connolly steps in to bump set over towards a joust at the net. The beach. Roof it on down. Trying to elevate to attack was Grayson Bradford, the freshman, but 3 blockers were right there for Long Beach State, and they've got another roof.
Grayson Bradford subbing in here in set number 3. Gets a rough introduction to the beach triple block.
He's going in for Decker. You mentioned off the air a couple moments ago, JD, that Decker had not been having a great game. Now he's on the bench. Jackson Christ serves, Rama controls, set to Thorne in the middle. This time is his regular in rhythm swing, and it's down on the floor for a kill.
And that's the first time Cam Thorne has been in rhythm tonight. It's very rare that he hasn't been able to get going here early with the efficiency he's had. Coming into this game, hitting .646 on the season. Tonight, just .250.
Those rip sets from Rowan are usually such a weapon for Thorne and that UCLA attack. Roll serve here from Rama, kept up. Now Braun attacking in the middle, popped up by Thorne. Bruin still alive. Thorne again attacking. A whistle blows, though, and the point's going to go to Long Beach State. Thorne broke the plane underneath the net, so they call an attacking violation, and it's 5-3 Beach.
It might have actually been Andrew Rowan breaking the plane as he had to range underneath that set, got his footwork a little bit wrong, and had his right foot beyond the partition that separates the 2 teams underneath the net.
Tennille Hirshinovich serves with the Beach ahead by 2, hits it on and out of bounds. The point goes to UCLA. 5-4 Long Beach State. Cameron Thorne will go back to serve now. See if he can find a rhythm after a couple of kills here in this 3rd set. Thorne hits it across. Kondev pass up to Pizzanti behind the 10-foot line. Sets over towards Hirshinovich, and he's got the kill. Hit it low across the tape. Hit the net on its way over, but that might have helped him as it took enough off to fall into the middle of the floor.
Yeah, that's a kill that buzzes the tower as Long Beach State now has opened up a 2-point lead, and Hrstenovich continues to hit efficiently his 6th kill. 22
kills on the night now for the Beach. Kondev serves. It got slowed down quite a bit, but Connolly keeps it up. Left side, Kelly attacking, and it's down. Goes on a sharp angle cross-court shot from the left pin and found some floor.
Yeah, Sean Kelly, the Manhattan Beach native, stands 6'7" on the outside. The sophomore looking to provide a spark here in set 3. We say it time and time again, UCLA needs somebody to step up here as they're down 2-0.
6-5 Beach. The freshman Bradford serves now, and he commits a violation. I think it was a foot fault.
Foot fault, and he served it 5 feet out.
Missed it in a couple of ways. 7-5 Long Beach State. Ben Braun goes behind the line next. Senior started his college career at Ohio State. Now has been with the Beach for a few years in a row. Pass from Kelly. They go to the right side. Cross-court attack from Bradford. Dug out by the Beach. Varga left side had to adjust midair. Just did get it across. Bruins on the attack. Rowan goes over to a power angle shot from Kelly. Got it right down onto the floor. Nick McRae saved our heads over here. A sharp angle shot from Kelly down for a kill.
Yeah, that's a great arm angle there from Sean Kelly. Fakes like he's going to power it down towards the line. Instead goes sharp angle. And I think McRae's been hanging out in front of us all night long. Gets 2 hands up and saves us from making a play.
Sean Kelly behind the service line now. UCLA trails by 1. Kelly hits it over. Kondev falls to the ground as he passes. Varga, left side attack. popped up by the blockers and out of bounds. Connolly couldn't get underneath it. Skylar Varga opens up his 5th kill of the night, and the Beach open up their lead to 2.
And UCLA only 3 blocks on the night. The Bruins a very good blocking team. They've had a lot of rotation at that middle blocker position with the departure of Sean McQuiggan, but it's been Cameron Thorne unable to disrupt alongside Christopher Hirsch all night long.
8-6 Long Beach State. Jake Pizzanti serves again. The setter for the Beach hits it over. Pass from Kelly goes to Rowan. He backsets over to Bradford, and he hits it out of bounds. Grayson Bradford can't convert. The opposite position has been a struggle for UCLA tonight in terms of attacking efficiency.
Yeah, Grayson Bradford yet to register his first kill of the night. Has only played 8 sets so far this season as a freshman. Had 6 kills against Fort Valley State, 2 against Vanguard. Hitting .500 though on the season. That is not the case so far.
Pizzanti serves again. This one will be an ace. Goes off of Zach Rama in the back row and beyond the UCLA bench. Jake Pizzanti joins the ace party, puts the Beach ahead 10-6, and now UCLA will call timeout.
Yeah, Jake Pizzanti gets another one on his line after dialing up an ace in set 1. He's fired up, heading to the bench, and teams have had success this season targeting Zach Rama in the back row, who put a lot of work in the offseason into becoming a better passer. Pizzanti, though, recognizes that he's kind of on an island there, matched up eye to eye, and opens up a 3-point lead now for the Beach with another ace. They're 6th of the night.
6 aces for Long Beach compared to only 1 for UCLA. The Beach doing well from behind the service line, which is a certain strength of this team. It's 10-6 Long Beach State in set 3 on 22 West Radio. Ten to 6, Long Beach State in set 3. They're 15 points away from a sweep.
Yeah, and those 15 points can come up on the Bruins in a hurry if they can't get Jake Pizzanti off the line. He's been the catalyst now of a 3-0 scoring run, and his ace sent us into the break.
The national championship rematch from the last 2 seasons. They split them 1-1. Jake Pizzanti serves. It's a pass from Kelly as he went to the ground. Rowan goes to Rama on the left side. Overhead dig from Pizzanti underneath the Beach. Keep it up. They'll have to free ball, though. Bodies were colliding all over the place. Connolly up to Rowan. He sets quick to the middle. Hirsch gets denied. Kept up by Connolly. Rowan this time goes over to Rama. Left side cross-court attack is down. Zach Rama off a long rally converts the point for the Bruins.
Zach Rama just able to stay home and stay in his spot. Makes a really creative run off the court, then back in to create a different kind of attacking angle. And the set from Andrew Rowan is inch perfect. Rowan's got 19 assists on the night. A low number for him, but he's had 19 efficient assists, and that's all that matters for the Bruins as they try to close this 3-point gap.
7 serving 10. Christopher Hirsch steps up, hits a float serve across. Couple of guys came together for that one. Now Hershinovich goes on the attack from the left side. He's got the kill. There was some communication with Larson trying to direct traffic in the back row. He and Kondev collided trying to go for the pass off the serve, but the Beach, even though they were out of system, still able to come away with a point.
And Hershinovich, more importantly, sets out his feet, a little stutter step before he decides to go high hands. He sees nothing but darkness at the net and makes the Bruins pay.
It was Kondev that set it. Rowan goes over to Rama. It's roofed down. Jackson Christ with a huge stuff moving to his right along the net, sticks his arms out to the left and puts it right back down into the floor. Heck of a play by Jackson Christ, top 5 in the nation in blocks per set, and he shows why right there.
And Nick McRae points right at the assistant coach, Matt Prosser, friend of 22 West Radio, as he's the man assigned to those blocking assignments, and goes over and gives him a big high five, saying that's the assignment, and Jackson Christ executes.
Scouting win for the Beach. Skylar Varga serves out of bounds now. This Beach coaching staff has continually brought in top-level talent. The coaching tree from Long Beach State extends all over the place. As you mentioned earlier, includes John Hawks on the bench for UCLA. Andrew Rowan serves for the Bruins. Pass from Larson as he went to the ground. Pizzanti sets up Varga, and he did find the line. Cross-court attack off the combination set. Varga comes from the back row and emerges with a kill.
Skylar Varga had a tight angle to aim for as he was shaded over to the right side of the floor and attacked to the right side. He did indeed catch the line, and just like that, Long Beach are up by 5. Nick McRae continues to give his assistant coaches a lot of props as now the Beach are firing on all cylinders.
Jackson Christ hits it on and out of bounds. That shot from Skylar Vargo a point ago was a really difficult point to hit. He was moving a little bit to his left, but managed to invert his arm and find the back right corner. That is such a difficult shot to make.
And against Pepperdine, Skylar Vargo was running to the opposite side off of Pisanti's left shoulder. That time he's attacking off of Pisanti's right. A different look for the Bruins.
Zach Rama serves into the net. So they trade service errors. The Beach are ahead 14-9.
The Bruins cannot afford to have these service errors pile up. Long Beach has had 19 on the night, but again, it's offset by 6 aces. The give and take from the service line has benefited the Beach so far, as the Bruins only have 1 ace working in their favor.
Daniil Hirshinovich serves for the Beach and hits it into the net. 3 straight service errors between the two sides.
And that's a even 20 now for the Beach, as once again, John Hawks will bring in Taliaferro to serve. Out goes Cameron Thorne.
A big part tonight for Long Beach State, a 79% side-out percentage that even despite all these service errors, Long Beach State has done such a great job preventing runs from the Bruins. Trent Taliaferro subs in to serve. Bruins trail by 4. Taliaferro hits it across, pass from Varga going in the back row. Pisanti gets there, sets up Hirshinovich on the right side, and he's roofed down. A double block for the Bruins. Sean Kelly and Christopher Hirsch shoulder to shoulder. That's the 4th block of the night for UCLA.
And Sean Kelly, that's his 3rd block, working alongside Hirsch. UCLA has had a few times tonight where they've gotten a solid double or triple block up at the net. That's one of them. And finally, the defense is coming alive, but the Pyramid now decides to make some noise in response.
Trent Taliaferro serves over. Larson pass right up to Pisanti. One arm set. Goes to Kondev. UCLA scrambling. They do get it across and get blocked again. Rowan sets over to the right side. Decker swinging, and he's got the kill. The Beach caught a piece of the net. That was an interesting rally there. Some scrambling on both sides of the net, but the Bruins able to persevere.
Yeah, just to focus on that last exchange, Ben Braun was being put in a blender by Andrew Rowan. And it looks like he came down on the net, and as UCLA has closed the gap, Nick McRae wants a timeout.
14-12, Long Beach State ahead by 2. McRae calls timeout, trying to keep the momentum on the Beach side. This environment in here, JD, has been fantastic. It was the same case last year when these two teams played on this floor. It was a sellout then, too. They sell it out again this year with plenty of time to spare, by the way. It sold out an entire week before the match, and this environment has lived up to the expectation.
Yeah, Nick McRae talks a lot about playing with the end in mind. Yes, this is an early season game, the 9th of the season for Long Beach State against the #1 team in the country, but they're playing this game like they want to play the national championship. They want to play every game like the national championship. That way, when they get to Pauley Pavilion to play the national championship game, it's nothing new. Last year's team went 30-3, Bruce. They faced their fair share of adversity, but Alan Knipe said it best. He said the team had sellout crowds follow them everywhere they went. They overcame adversity, losing starters, and by the time they got to the Covelli Center, nothing was new to them. They were able to harness that environment and make it their home. Yes, the Pyramid is a great venue, but this team needs to do what they're doing tonight across the schedule this season, and they're certainly capable of it. They look calm, they look composed. The energy from the crowd is feeding them, but they are not feasting off of it. They're providing their own spark as well, and that's what's most important and will impress McRae the most.
You talk about that forward mindset for Coach McRae. He also talks about how every weekend when they've got multiple matches, they consider the first game, the first half, the second one, the second half, game planning thoroughly for both. This weekend, it's just UCLA. The entire focus on this game, and it's paying off so far. Taliaferro serves again out of the timeout. Kondev pass up to the setter, and Pisanti back sets to Varga. He throws a changeup over the net. Another really difficult spot for Varga to hit coming from the back row. He just lobs it right down onto the floor, and the Beach get a point back and lead by 3.
Skylar Varga pinpoints that touch right into zone 4, and Chris Connolly comes back in for serve receive. Out goes Taliaferro.
See Alan Knipe on his feet. Back behind Kondev as he serves. It's an errant pass, and it's out of bounds. Alex Kondev has his 3rd ace of the night, and the Beach are ahead 16-12.
And Alex Kondev does not look bothered. Once again, no high fives for his teammates. He's right back behind the service line, ready to do it again.
16-12. Kondev flips it out in front of him, gives a jump, and hits it over too strong out of bounds. The ball careens into the sand pit. Lead is down to 3.
That's a 70-mile-an-hour serve coming off the right hand of Alex Kondev. UCLA, though, continues to find themselves behind the 8 ball, a 3-point gap that they need to close and fast.
David Decker subbed out midway through the set. Now he's back in. It's a low one popped up by Larson. Pisanti used the left hand trying to dunk it down, but it's dug out by Decker. Joust at the net, lands on the Beach side. Really, it wasn't as much of a joust as it was Sean Kelly going up and deking Long Beach State into thinking it would be a joust. Kelly just goes up and watches the ball fly onto the other side of the net and land on the ground.
And that's the second time Ben Braun has been faked out by a Bruin going up, pretending to have a joust and having the ball land on his side instead.
David Decker serves again.
Oh.
Inbounds. There was a hesitation there. The line judge first put the flag up and then brought it down to the ground. Long Beach State.
They're going to give the point to Long Beach, and UCLA is challenging here.
Okay, that is all kinds of confusing. The line judge started with the flag up as the first instinct and then decided to change their mind and put it down. It's UCLA who's issuing a challenge, so they did call it a point for Long Beach State on the floor, an errant serve for Decker. We can't introduce our referees tonight, not to put her on the spot. Troy Gravitt, Sergio Gonzalez, the two main officials, the line judges, Rachel Jensen and Abigail Gutierrez. It's a terrible time to introduce the referees, at least in terms of how it feels, but they've done a good job tonight.
Referees have been spot on, letting this game flow, making some good calls. We haven't been disrupted by too many challenges, and when the challenges have gone to the monitor, they've been quick, as this Pyramid crowd can get a little groovy during the review, and the six on the floor for the Beach remain out on the Terraflex, all in conversation with one another, as UCLA does the same on their side. This is Nick McRae's philosophy, letting the players lead the way. The six on the floor doing everything they can to figure it out, and up by 3. They have to like their chances of getting those final 8 points and closing out this game in a surprising sweep.
Long Beach State issuing a challenge, or actually UCLA. I'm still all kinds of turned around, JD. It's 17-14 on the scoreboard. It's UCLA who issues the challenge. They're looking for an ace. Ruling on the floor is that the serve was out of bounds.
And again, it's just the call from the line judge that kind of puts everybody off in this building. Initially called out, then lowered to be called in.
The fans didn't know whether to cheer or boo.
And now the call is in.
Final call goes to UCLA. So it's a successful challenge for the Bruins. The second guess decision was correct from the line judge. Did land on the back line. That brings it down to a 1-point deficit, 16-15.
And a few dissenting voices in the sandpit at that. Not happy with the call, but now it's just a 1-point game. Long Beach State thought they had a 3-point lead. Now it's down to 1. A whole new set here.
David Decker serves again. It's low. Larson pass right up to a joust at the net. It goes down on the UCLA side. 2 blockers up above the net for the Bruins, but Jake Bazzanti went up and won the joust with only 1 arm. What a job from the redshirt freshman.
And put that play on a poster. Bazzanti going into a 2-on-1 with the offhand and winning the joust. Wow, that's not easy.
And getting the hand out of there before he hit the net, too. What a job from Bazzanti as he came down. Serve comes in here from Peluso. Set to the middle. Hirsch gets dug out in the back row by Kondev. Hershinovic attacking. He gets roofed down. It's once again Kelly and Hirsch shoulder to shoulder. A double block for UCLA. Their 4th stuff of the night. 17-16 Beach.
UCLA still hitting below 100 on the night in their block. Still yet to come alive. Just their 4th of the night, but Hirsch and Kelly combined that time. Hershinovic had no way through.
Sean Kelly to serve after the block. 16 serving 17. Kelly serves into the net. 15th service error of the night for UCLA. Feel the energy starting to dial up in this building. They know they're 7 points away from a sweep.
Yeah, and this game continues to be quick. We've only played an hour and 20 minutes here in the Pyramid, and Long Beach have opened up the broom closet here, up 18-16.
Jake Bazzanti to serve. And he hits it across. Pass from Kelly as he was moving to his left. Rama left side attack, hits line, and gets it inbounds. Just did find the line in the back corner from both directions. That one almost missed. Skylar Varga walked over to the edge of the mat to look down and see if he can see an indicator of where it hit. Point will stand with UCLA, no challenge from the Beach.
And Spencer Graves comes back in to serve. Last year appeared in 10 matches with 3 aces, no aces so far this season.
Float serve from Graves, overhead pass from Kondev. Bazzanti goes to Varga on the right side. Roll shot is down. A veteran move from Skylar Varga caught everybody off guard. UCLA on their heels, had no chance to get to it. It's 19-17.
Too tricky from Skylar Varga, who at the VNL this summer was one of the top 50 attackers in the world. McRae calls him a top 10%er. That's a top 1% kind of play. Above the block, right into the campfire and the Beach, up 19-17.
8 kills for Varga. Here he is serving. It's low, but popped up by Rowan. Rama attack off the blockers, off the net, and then into the ground. That's a good effort from Kellen Larson to get over there as he slid, but the net redirected it out of bounds. UCLA wins the point.
Larson had it covered, but as he slides in, it touches the top of the tape, and UCLA are still knocking on the door, looking for a late comeback to swing the momentum of this set and this game in set 3.
18 serving 19. Andrew Rowan tosses it up, hits it over. Kondev pass up to Pazanti. Back row set goes to Kondev. Use the left hand, trying to tool the block. It's denied, but Chris keeps it up. Kondev swinging big time this time, gets blocked again. Now Varga on the second touch goes on the attack and puts it right down. Skylar Varga is taking over the end of this third set. He's got 9 kills tonight.
And that's great awareness from Skylar Varga. Long Beach are out of system, and he takes the second touch, realizing there's really nobody to pass to since they're all inside the 10-foot line, and picks up the kill. Varga continues to be impressive, now on the doorstep of double-digit kills.
Jackson Christ serving next for the Beach. They're ahead by 2, and he hits it way out of bounds. Service error for Christ gets the Bruins back within 1.
Jackson Christ, a little shake of his head as he heads back to the bench. Big high five is there to greet him from Nick McRae, as Long Beach need to keep their wits about them here. 5 points away from a sweep.
Zach Rama serves next for UCLA. Standing in front of the sandpit. Hits it low across. Larson pass up to Pazanti. He sets up for Hershinovic. 2-arm push across, dug out by Connolly. Rowan sets up to Kelly. Gets blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Right off the beach of blockers. That's a kill for the Bruins. Nick McRae will call timeout. It's 20-20 in set 3.
Yeah, now that the Bruins have tied everything up, the energy in this building gets a little bit more nervy. Everybody can feel that the Bruins are not going to go away yet. Still hitting just above 100 on the night, where they've hovered in between negatives and the positives. And for Long Beach State, still hitting .334, having one of their best performances of the night so far here in set 3. But the Bruins certainly capable of stacking 5 points here down the stretch, and they each find themselves up 2-0, but no way home, or nowhere near home safely here in set 3.
This has been a high-level game between the number 1 and number 2 teams in the nation. I think it's a good bet to expect these 2 teams to be playing for the national championship again. You can look ahead. It's UCLA who's hosting the national championship tournament this year. The NCAA championships will be from May 7th through 11th up in Westwood. So that's the date to have circled. The Big West Championships also will be local this year down in UC Irvine from April 23rd through 25th.
Yeah, and it wasn't too long ago that Long Beach State saw UCLA win a national championship against them on their home floor. This is a rivalry that goes back decades. The Swarra Knight days and now the McRae Hawks days are upon us. These are 2 storied programs, one of the great rivalries, not just in volleyball, but in college athletics as a whole. And now here in set 3, behind the service line, it's going to be Zach Rama looking to write the next chapter here and turn the page on what has not been UCLA's night, as they're still down 2-0.
20 all in set 3. Rama serves across. Varga pass up to the net. Braun attacking, dug out with 1 arm by Rowan. They set over towards Kelly, and it is out of bounds. Kellen Larson immediately gesturing that missed the line. The line judge obliges Long Beach State back ahead by 1.
And now a change coming as the 2-headed dragon will swap heads. Out goes Neil Hershnovich. In comes Wojciech Gajek for the first time tonight. The freshman put in as a serving sub in a huge spot for the Beach.
First time that Wojciech Gajek has been on the floor tonight. And it, as he said, is in a big spot. True freshman from Poland, was a standout at the U21 World Championships in China this summer. Gajek serves into the net. It's a service error off the bench, and Hershnovich will head right back in.
Yeah, not those World Championships, Bruce. It was John Hawks who coached the United States under-21s team to their first medal in the history of the United States. They won bronze. They finished outside the top 10 in the previous 4 World Championships. On that roster, Trent Larson, Trent Taliafiero, Sean Kelly, and Jackson Christ.
Cameron Thorne serves out of the break. Varga pass up to Pazanti. Left side, Kondev hits the line but missed it. Kondev taps his chest to say, my bad. Had a chance to swing there but couldn't find the corner. UCLA now ahead 22-21.
And although UCLA has taken the lead, Long Beach still looks calm and composed. Conversations happening around the floor here as the Bruins fans can feel a 4th set creeping on.
Cameron Thorne to serve again. Big point here. Thorne serves over. Varga pass up to Pazanti. He dunks down, but it's dug out with 1 arm by Rowan. Rama sends it back towards the net. Kelly tries to tool the block. Gets denied. They're scrambling. Bruins get it across, but out of bounds. The free ball floats over beyond the back line. Varga deked as if he was going to touch it, but that one missed by plenty. It's 22 all.
And Pazanti trying to make a big-time play does just enough to put UCLA out of system, and now we're all tied at 22.
Alex Kondev back behind the line to serve next. 22-22 in set 3. Kondev serves across, passing the back row. Rowan underneath, sets to the left side. Kelly hitting power angle, goes off the blockers and out of bounds. It's 23-22 UCLA.
And that might have caught Jake Pazanti on the top of the dome. It was an undersized block as he's next to the 6'10" Ben Braun.
Bruins back behind the line. It's David Decker again. Has not had his best night, but a chance to right all of it here. 23-22. Pass from Larson in the back row. Pizanti underneath. Goes to Varga. Power angle shot is out of bounds. Varga a little too strong. And now it's set point number 1 for UCLA. Their first set point of the match. It's 24-22 in set 3.
And the traveling contingent from Westwood that has filled up nearly an entire stand here in the pyramid rises to their feet for the first time tonight.
David Decker to serve. Set point number 1 for the Bruins. Decker hits it across. Pass from Varga. Pizanti underneath. Goes back to Varga. Power angle. Dug out by Connolly. The Long Beach transfer. Rowan over to the left side. Kelly gets dug out. Beach scrambling and they can't get it back over. UCLA has won set 3 to stay alive. 25-22. A Kelly kill ends it.
And now things get interesting. UCLA slashes the late momentum in set 3 to force a fourth. And Long Beach, despite their best efforts, despite hitting above 300 for the entirety of the set, cannot slam the door on the number 1 seed or the number 1 team in the nation. And now in this fourth set, a mental reset is going to be needed from both teams as it's a whole new ball game in the pyramid.
25-22. UCLA takes set 3, and we're still playing. Going to set 4, the Beach ahead 2-1. We'll be right back on 22 West Radio.
Dangerous kind of
Long Beach State now lost set 3, so it's 2-1 Beach moving into the fourth set.
And the energy has shifted in this building, Bruce. Compared to the first set where Long Beach was on fire, dominating UCLA all over the floor, and now it's a whole new ball game. Here we go, set 4.
Before set 4 gets underway, I can issue a reminder. You're listening to Long Beach State Men's Volleyball National Champions on 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM, KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. Bruce Kuntz and JayDe Beaudry in the pyramid to bring it to you. Long Beach State won the first 2 sets. Now UCLA was able to strike back. It was a back and forth third set all the way through, but the Bruins pulled away at the very end, won it 25-22. The Beach now will look to get a mental reset, as you said, heading into the break, and try to take this one in 4.
6 ties, 2 lead changes in that third set. The second proves to be the most pivotal as UCLA takes control late and does not look back. And now it's up to Long Beach State to respond. They've got the crowd on their side. They've got this environment that's ready to explode. How can they continue to play efficiently? How can they continue to play with that grit that we've seen all season long?
Sean Kelly serves to open up set 4. Pass from Kondev. Pizanti goes to the left side. Varga tries to hit line, but it's an underhand dig from Decker. It gets over to Rama, and he's got the kill for the Bruins. Nice scramble drill there off the dig from Decker. Rowan was ready for it, got to his attacker Rama on the left side.
And that's Zach Rama, the second team All-American from last season, who this year is on that same Player of the Year watch list as Varga.
Kelly serves again. Kondev pass up to the net for Pazanti. He back sets over to Hrstanovic, and he brings it right down. A nice deceptive set from Jake Pazanti got Hrstanovic plenty of space to swing.
And that's Hrstanovic laying down the lumber with no blockers around him. Long Beach needs to get this building back in it here, and it's plays like that that are going to make it happen.
Jake Pazanti serving for Long Beach State. Holds the ball on his right hip, hits it on a cross, and out of bounds. Connolly reads it well again. It's 2-1 Bruins.
I think that 24 service errors now for the Beach as the nervous energy continues. Jake Pazanti, who has ripped off 2 aces so far tonight, misses the back line by a whisker.
When that third set felt for much of it like it was going to be Long Beach State's, UCLA able to pull away and keep the match alive. It's dangerous for the Beach. Pazanti sets over to Varga. Right side attack dug out by Decker. Set from Rowan as he's fallen out of bounds. Going to Rama, but it's dug out by Kondev. Varga again pushing off the blockers. It hits the tape and then gets dug out back across the net. Pazanti goes quick to Christ in the middle, and he's able to end a long rally. Jackson Christ has the kill for the Beach. We're tied at 2.
Jackson Christ, the last man to make John Hawks' roster for the World Championships this summer. Hawks said it best, Christ is a ball magnet. When he's up in the air, the ball will find a way to his hand, and no matter what angle his arm is at, it's coming down to the floor with some ferocity.
Skylar Vargas serving for the Beach. 2-all in set 4. It's low, but kept up by Rama. Rowan backs it all the way to the right side. It has to be a free ball. That one was offline. Dug out by Hrstanovic. He slid in there. Chris has to take the second touch. Kondev hitting line, and he missed it. The Beach got themselves out of system even after the Bruins free ball, and Kondev can't find the line.
And that's Jackson Chris taking the second touch away from Jake Pazanti. He goes straight up above his own head, and that's a phone booth of Long Beach players there on the left pin. Kondev doesn't have enough space to operate. UCLA have the advantage.
Andrew Rowan serves off the tape. Kondev controls it anyway. Christ again swinging, gets blocked by Thorne. They keep it up, falling out of bounds. Kondev attacks again. UCLA scrambling. It's a free ball from Connolly. Larson pass up to the net. Christ left-handed pushed across the net. UCLA scrambling now. Decker attack dug out by Varga. Pushed up in the air. Right side. Hrstanovic dug out off a tip by Connolly. Bump set from Rowan up to a joust. Rama slams it down onto the floor. Elevated above 2 blockers. And now you see Jake Pazanti. Looks like he might be a little shaken up, holding his left ankle on the Beach side of the floor.
Jake Pazanti was running all over the floor during that set, and what looked like an initial joust on that final exchange ended up being Zach Rama going OTT over a double block.
Pazanti appears to be okay. It was out of system volleyball on both sides of the net for that rally. The Bruins got the point. 4-2. Serve across. Pass from Larson. Pazanti back set goes to Hrstanovic. Right side hits it over into the crowd. No touch from the Bruins blocker. Watch your heads in the front row.
And that one goes right into the arms of Bruce McRae, who's sitting courtside tonight. Hrstanovic, a rare miss, tried to hit high hands, but there were none to find.
Andrew Rowan will serve again. 5-2 UCLA. Rowan serves into the net. I will give credit to this Beach crowd. The few times that UCLA has really started to gain some momentum tonight, we saw it again right there. There's been chants that have begun to break out. This crowd is into it. They're following the game, and they know when they need to inject some energy.
Hey, Long Beach is a volleyball city. This is a volleyball crowd. They've made the difference so far tonight, cutting out a 3-0 run. That's huge, and it also sends Jackson Chris back to serve.
Chris serves here. It's in, but Kelly controls it. Set to the right side. Rama roll shot. One arm dig. Gets back across the net, but out of bounds. Chris couldn't keep it on the Beach side, and UCLA takes the serve right back.
And UCLA is now playing the same kind of calm and composed offense that volleyball fans will have been used to this season. The most efficient hitting team in the nation coming into this game, now starting to find their footing in set 4.
6-3 in set 4. Rama had his toss out in front of him, but manages to get it over the net. Kondev swinging a line. He's got the kill. Put it off the blockers. I think it was Thorne rotating over there. Decker in the area too before it went out of bounds. So Long Beach able to get the side out. It's 6-4 Bruins.
And this set eerily similar to the way set 4 began in Malibu just a few days ago. Both teams trading points. Long Beach playing from behind, looking to make a late run.
Here's a short-armed serve by Hrstanovic into the bottom half of the net. Another toss that was offline. He shakes his head as he's looking to the ground.
And that's what Long Beach can't afford to do. No heads can drop. They all need to stay up, as each point is going to need to be a pivotal one here in the fourth.
Cam Thorne serves, pass from Varga. Pizzanti sets over to the left side. Kondev hitting cross court off a tip. It's dug out by Rama. Set to the left side. Kelly slams it down, but out of bounds. Kelly with a big swing there. UCLA looks like they're thinking about challenging. The bench is saying to issue the challenge, but John Hawks walks over and tells them that he will not do it.
And Zach Rama had his arms up saying, don't risk it, coach. We need those challenges for later on in this set.
Alex Kondev serving. Beach trail by 2. Pass from Connolly. Rowan underneath. Back set to the right side. Decker swinging over a double block. The dig goes out of bounds by far. It's a kill for David Decker. UCLA ahead 8-5. And JayDe, one of the big discrepancies through much of this match, I mentioned it at one point, Long Beach State had a side out percentage of nearly 80%. It was a 20% differential in those numbers. Now UCLA at 65%, Long Beach at 70, only a 5% difference.
A huge swing.
Decker serves here. Larson keeps it up. Varga swinging from the 10-foot line, hits it on out of bounds. Was a tough angle to attack from there, and he missed the line. UCLA is out ahead by 4.
And David Decker is now starting to punish the Beach from the service line, a man who has been frosty so far through 3 sets. Had some quiet fist pumps as he was getting ready to serve again, and now a change comes and serve receive for the Beach. Out goes Neil Hurstanovic. In comes the freshman, Wojciech Gajek.
We've seen him once in the match just to serve, then he came back off the floor, but now Gajek is in to play opposite in serve receive. Decker serves into the net. Service error for the Bruins, gets the Beach back within 3, and now we'll get to see Wojciech Gajek operate as part of the regular rotation. Ben Braun serves next.
Yeah, Gajek, one to watch. Him and Hurstanovic, 2 of the best opposites in the country on the same team, and now it's Gajek's turn to make a difference.
Braun serves quickly. Left side, it's Kelly pushing it over a triple block. Nice job by the Beach as they scramble and get a free ball across the net. Rowan sets left side. Kelly goes power angle and gets it down. That was the second chance for Kelly there. The first one was almost a kill as he lobbed a changeup over the net. This time he speeds it up a bit and gets into the floor.
Yeah, now the serving assignment changes for Sean Kelly. He's going to look to target Kondev and Gajek, who are matched up nearly hip to hip in the middle of the back row. Larson on their right, Varga on their left.
Sean Kelly serving. Larson passes it up to Pizzanti. Set for Wojciech Gajek, his first chance of the night. One arm dig by Connolly, back across the net, and Jackson Chris puts it down with one arm. Just extended the right hand up there above the net and put it back down onto the floor.
And off serve receive, the design was going to go to Gajek always. He gets the ball in play, forces the overpass. Jackson Chris has the height advantage over Andrew Rowan and makes him play the easy play being made by the freshman as Long Beach now have 7 serving 10.
Jake Pizzanti hits it on a cross pass from Rama up to Rowan. He dunks down with the left arm. First time we've seen Rowan go to that left-handed dunk tonight, and it works to perfection. The Beach caught off guard, and it's a kill for the Bruins.
Andrew Rowan, hands like silk, also has a quick twitch above the net when he wants to go over onto inch perfect. This is a man who's the heir to Micah Christensen on the U.S. men's senior national team. He's a guy who's got his eyes on L.A. in 2028. Was called up to the senior national team men's BNL over the summer and made the most of his opportunities, learning from Christensen.
Rowan now has 30 assists and 1 kill tonight.
And those are low numbers for Andrew Rowan, who has had 2 performances this season with more than 50 assists.
Christopher Hirsch serves for the Bruins. Pass from Kondev. Pizzanti underneath. Sets up Varga. Right side attack. Power angle is down. Went sharp angle across the floor and found the left side line. So Skylar Varga with another savvy attack gets the Beach back within 3.
And this is Skylar Varga, who missed his last 4 swings. A big one there to get him to 10 kills and get his mojo back.
The Beach looking to take this momentum back. It's Varga serving. Roll serve is kept up barely. They're scrambling. Gajek two-handed slams it right down. An overpass from the Bruins as they were put out of system off the Varga serve, and Wojciech Gajek has his first kill.
Gajek puts the Bruins out of system. Rowan bumps while diving out of bounds. And Gajek elevates and again makes the simple play above the tape.
Vargas serves again. Pass from Kelly gets to Rowan as he's fallen out of bounds. A fadeaway jump shot. Used his right hand to push the ball over the net and finds the floor. A savvy play by Rowan and a really difficult one at that. Gets his second kill in the last few points.
Andrew Rowan looking like a point guard facing double coverage with the game on the line. He fades away, just gets his fingertips above the net. And now Nick McRae making a little bit of a stink to the officials, making sure Rowan didn't carry it over the net. Not going to issue a challenge here as the Bruins now have 12 serving 9.
UCLA's coaching staff wasn't happy with the delay. Pizzanti sets up Varga, gets blocked, but it's out of bounds. Skylar Varga has his 11th kill as he gets himself back up from underneath the net. Cam Thorne is protesting, trying to say that Varga broke the plane before the point was over, but ruling on the floor will be a kill for Varga.
Yeah, and that time Varga comes off of Pesanti's left shoulder. Great work from the setter and the outside, working off that one tempo kind of set, and now a challenge comes in.
UCLA is going to challenge that last point and try to say that Varga committed a violation before the kill was done. And Boo Birds rain in from the pyramid as it's announced. UCLA issuing a challenge here. You mentioned earlier on in the set there was a play from Sean Kelly that was close, ruled out of bounds. They decided to save the challenge. Now they'll hope that it pays off here.
Yeah, and these are the moments to use the challenge. Early on in the set, it's UCLA 12, Long Beach 10 as it stands. This could be a 3-point swing, though. Bruins look to go up by 3, and Skylar Varga, what they're reviewing here is him, yes, getting the kill, but where he landed is the issue. Does he land beyond that partition that separates both sides of the floor underneath the net before or after the ball hits the floor? If he lands before, it's a violation. If he lands after the ball hits the floor, no violation. Point Beach, he definitely broke the plane. The question now is, where was the ball?
This is going to be a close one as they look at it on the review board. As you said, Varga was definitely underneath the net and across that white line. It was a fairly quick block into the floor. It landed out of bounds, but did get over towards the front row of the crowd, so it wasn't like it just barely landed out of bounds. It might have been enough time for Varga to break the plane. That's certainly what Cameron Thorne thought in the front row for the Bruins.
Yeah, now the call is in. It's a quick review as the pyramid starts to get a wave going around the building.
It is going to be a successful challenge for UCLA. So John Hawks gives a high five to his assistant coaching staff. It's a good challenge issued by the Bruins as they get a big overturn. 13-9 now the score in set 4.
Yeah, and it was Milan Zarkovic, his assistant head coach, that was making the biggest noise on the bench for the challenge. The man who has helped shape Hawaii into one of the premier programs in the nation. Now on John Hawk's staff, a big get for UCLA in the offseason, showing his value here early on. Zarkovic, the longtime Hawaii assistant head coach under Charlie Wade. There was no indication he was leaving Hawaii until he announced he was coming to UCLA. So a star-studded coaching staff and a star-studded 6 on the floor for the Bruins, who find themselves now up by 4.
It's Andrew Rowan serving. 13 serving 9. Hits it across. Pass from Larson as he went to the ground. Pesanti goes over to Kondev. Big swing. Power angle is down. Alex Kondev delivers a re-energization into the crowd. It's 13-10.
Yeah, Alex Kondev trying to capture lightning in a bottle here. Goes cross-court as the blockers were late. First time in a long time UCLA has not gotten hands to a Long Beach attack.
Jackson Christ will serve for the Beach, down by 3. Long Beach ahead 2-1. Christ serves across. Pass from Connolly. Long way to go. Rowan gets underneath and sets it up to a joust. Gayak doesn't win it. He elevated one-on-one against David Decker, and it was Gayak who had the advantage there based on ball placement, but Decker able to win it against the true freshman.
And David Decker had some words for Wojciech Gayak after that ball hit the floor. Not happy with the joust, or just making his own presence known at the net as UCLA extends their lead.
Rama serves now, and the toss was too far out in front of him. Couldn't catch up to it before hitting into the middle of the net. UCLA's service error brings it back down to a 3-point lead.
And circling back to David Decker, he's really been the litmus test for UCLA tonight. Through the first 2 sets, he was abysmal. Now he's starting to find his form in service and on the offensive end. That's a big play he just made against Wojciech Gayak to get UCLA a 4-point lead. Long Beach looking to chip away, but watch David Decker here.
3-point lead as Gayak serves over. Right side attack from Decker, dug out by Varga overhead. Has to be Gayak who steps in, pushes it over towards Kondev, gets blocked, but kept up by Larson. Kondev swinging again, dug out in the back row by Rama. Rowan sets it up for Kelly. Roll shot dug out by Gayak as he went to the ground. Pesanti underneath, sets up Varga. His roll shot is dug out by Connolly as he slid in there. Thorne sends it towards the right pin, popped way up in the air. The Beach keep it up with Kondev passing over to Pesanti. Gayak swinging right out of bounds to me. It's a kill for Wojciech Gayak. Long Beach State is within 2.
Nice hands, Bruce, off the block, right into the broadcast booth as Long Beach wins an extended rally, and for the first time here in set 4, the pyramid has a little bit more life in the rafters.
14-12, UCLA ahead by a pair in set 4. Wojciech Gayak serving for the Beach, the true freshman from Poland. Hits it on across. Pass from Rama underneath Rowan. It's quick to Thorne in the middle. It's dug out back across the net. Now a dunk from Decker is going to hit the floor. It looked like everybody on both sides was surprised that that point was still alive. The dig was low from Varga, and it just did get back across the net. UCLA on the second touch had Decker hook it right down into the floor. And now we hit the media timeout. First time through 4 sets that we've reached the media timeout before either team has issued a timeout before 15 points. but it's 15-12 UCLA in the fourth set.
And UCLA is firmly in control right here. Make no mistake about it, Bruce. Long Beach needs to get their mojo back. They've kind of been playing in second gear through this fourth set. They need to turn it up a notch here down the stretch. Nick McRae preaches time and time again. The next most important match is the next one, so is the next point. Long Beach, no, needs to close the 3-point gap before the Bruins are able to extend here late on in set 4.
3-point lead for UCLA, 15-12 in set 4 on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State is going to make a sub fresh out of the timeout. We're going to have, for the first time this season, Isaiah Pruitt comes out on the floor. Missed the very beginning of the year with an injury. Now this is only, I think, his third game since he has been active on the bench, now getting in for the first time.
And a bit of deja vu here. Isaiah Pruitt made his first career start in the national championship against UCLA last season. Was spectacular. 4 kills, 4 blocks, played just 23 sets last season, but came up for the beach in the biggest moment as a true freshman. He enters here in a similar spot.
Trent Taliaferro also subs in to serve for UCLA, hits it into the net. We'll watch Isaiah Pruitt if he gets a chance to attack here. Subbed in for Ben Braun. Every time through the beginning of the season while Pruitt was out with injury that you'd mentioned to Coach McRae, the performance of the middle blockers with Ben Braun and Jackson Chris, he always threw in Isaiah Pruitt's name when he claimed it was the best middle blocking group in the country. See if he can prove it here. Alex Gondev serves too strong for another error. UCLA's leading 16-13.
And this is the chess match unfolding between McRae and Hawks tonight. We saw Hawks make a few changes in the starting lineup and throughout this game. Now McRae is responding as Pruitt remains in. A new look here with him and Gajek both on the floor here in set 4.
David Decker serves low, but it's kept up by Larson. Pisanti from the back row sets up Varga, swinging cross-court, dug out by Connolly, flying in there. Kelly sets it up to the right side for Decker. He hits line, but Larson with a quality dig. Kondev sends it up towards Varga. He hits line and gets it in. A triple block was there for UCLA. Varga elevates over everybody and finds the line. It's a kill for Skylar Varga. The Beach are within 2, and now Isaiah Pruitt goes to serve.
That's a savvy move from Skylar Varga, breaking up the UCLA momentum and giving the sophomore a chance to step behind the line for the first time.
Isaiah Pruitt tosses it out in front of him, serves across, a good one. Connolly pass up to Rowan. Left side, Kelly attacking off a block. It's dunked right down. The ball stayed parallel with the net, and Christopher Hirsch deposited it back onto the ground. Good awareness to be ready to jump up and slam it down.
Christopher Hirsch slowly finding his sea legs in this game. His second kill now. He's been set 5 times by Andrew Rowan. That time, Rowan won't get the assist, but Hirsch will get the kill. 17 serving 14 here for the Bruins.
Sean Kelly lobs it out in front of him, hits across. Varga pass up to Pisanti. Pisanti backs it, going for Gajek on the right side. He hits it way out of bounds, right into the feet of John Hawks. Gajek tried to overextend a little bit there, couldn't find the line.
And the stylish feet at that of John Hawks. He's got some fresh kicks on tonight with some UCLA blue and some shiny metallic silver on the Nikes. And now Nick McRae wants a timeout as UCLA has opened up a 4-point lead.
18-14. UCLA is striking back here. They won set 3 as it was back and forth. Bruins pulled away in the end, and now they've got a lead in set 4. This is dangerous territory for Long Beach State, who held the momentum through all the way of the first 2 sets, through most of set 3 as well, JD. The Beach felt like they were in the driver's seat, but as the Bruins managed to pull away and stay alive through that third set, it's been mostly Bruins in set 4.
Yeah, and UCLA and Long Beach, neither team has gone 5 sets this season. Long Beach has only dropped 2 sets, 1 to Pepperdine, 1 to Ohio State. UCLA, for their credit, have only dropped a set against Ball State, and they've come close to dropping sets against UC San Diego and Ohio State, but they've been able to fight off those and close out games in 4. If UCLA are able to get these final 7 points before Long Beach can close the gap, we're headed to a 5th, and that is uncharted territory for these 2 teams in 2026.
These are 2 8-0 teams that in the conversations here courtside before the game, many people were speculating and saying this could go 5 there was an expectation of high-level back-and-forth volleyball to be played tonight. Long Beach State came out and dominated those first 2 sets, but now the Bruins are making sure nobody counts them out. They're ahead 18-14 in the 4th set. They'll be serving out of the timeout. Sean Kelly back behind the line.
And here are the numbers to know. Long Beach, these first 4 sets, 250, 429, 200, now 107. Their hitting percentage, the lowest Long Beach has had their hitting percentage at any point in a set so far tonight.
Sean Kelly serves out of the break. Pass from Vargas. He slid out of bounds. Good job to keep the point alive. Now he's on the attack. Gets blocked, but it's kept up by his head. Pizzanti now goes on the attack and missed the back line. A little over-aggressive there from Pizzanti as he was back behind the 10-foot line. A tough angle to get it down, and UCLA watched it roll out of bounds.
That's Jake Pizzanti just trying to make the play. He's got to put that last exchange out of his memory now as he gestures to his team that they're going to go quick off of serve receive.
5-point lead for the Bruins. Kelly serves across again. Larson pops it up. Pizzanti goes to Varga again. Cross court, dugout as Kelly went to the ground. Left side attack from Decker, dugout by Gayak. Larson falling into the crowd, keeps it alive. Roll shot from Varga, kept up. Now they go quick to the middle. Hirsch gets blocked, but keeps it up himself. Left side, Rama trying to dunk it down. Gets blocked again. Connolly keeps it alive. Sent over to Decker, right side. Pushes it along the line. Kept up, and then wiping the block. Jake Pizzanti, a crazy rally there. Helen Larson had the dig. It was floating up right around the net. Jake Pizzanti moving left to right, was able to tool the UCLA block and win the point for the Beach.
Jake Pizzanti, exactly what he needed there. A little wax on, wax off action off the joust at the net. After going for the kill on the previous exchange, he's able to finish the extended rally himself, as Long Beach State is not going to roll over here in set 4. Yes, they've got a 4-point deficit. Yes, the Bruins will probably be the first to the red zone, but this 4th set is far from over. It was just last week in Pepperdine that the Waves took a 20-15 lead into set 3, and Long Beach closed the gap with some strong serves and some smart plays on the offensive end.
They could use a run here from their setter. Jake Pizzanti, fresh off his kill, back behind the line. Pizzanti's got 30 assists tonight. Flips the ball up, hits it over. Pass from Connolly in the back row, out errant, and it's out of bounds. Rowan falls into the scores tables. He gets it to Decker, and a roll shot from the left-handed opposite is down on the floor. A nice move there. The Bruins were scrambling a bit out of system, but Decker able to deliver the kill anyway.
Decker on this season has had some solid performances where he has hit above 500 and tallied double-digit kills in multiple games. Tonight he is inching closer to hitting dead even, having been set 21 times, now with 5 kills and 6 errors on his line.
UCLA with a 5-point lead, now making a sub in service. Spencer Graves back off the bench. Both parents went to UCLA. Now Graves trying to deliver here in set 4. Pass from Varga. Pizzanti moving along the net. Chris slams it down. Wasn't even looking at the floor as he put everything into that swing and got it right down. Cameron Thorne looks a bit frustrated as he missed the blocking assignment. The Beach are within 4.
No vision, no problem for Jackson Christ. If his arm is up in the air, you better believe he's going to contact the ball. That time gets to go straight down inside the 10-foot line. Just one of the many benefits of being 6'10".
Skylar Varga serving for the Beach. Hits it across. Rama controls it again. Rowan falling out of bounds. Bump set going for Rama. He's moving left along the net, and he's able to tool the block out of bounds. A nice job from Rama to catch up to the bump set, put it off of Wojciech Gayak, and then out.
Wojciech Gayak had the pin covered. That's just a veteran making a veteran move, as Kelly recognizes he's dead to rights and just has to put it off the block, looking to recycle.
Really difficult body control for Rama to find that kill. Rowan serving now. Pass from Larson high in the air. Pizzanti in the back row. Sets up Kondev. Left side attack. Dug out by Connolly as he runs underneath it. Now a kill goes to Cameron Thorne in the middle. That's that quick set that we've been waiting for all night for Cameron Thorne. Delivers it there.
That's Cameron Thorne off the rip, where he has been so good now for 3 seasons. Led Grand Canyon to their first appearance in the national championship semifinals after beating UCLA in the MPSF tournament 2 years ago. Was an All-American last year, and that's an All-American kind of play, working in perfect tempo with one of the best setters to ever step onto the Terraflex. And just like that, UCLA up by 6, 3 points away from sending us to a 5th.
22-16, UCLA threatening to take it to a 5th set. We'll be right back on 22 West Radio. UCLA is in command of the fourth set, 22-16.
And now Nick McRae will make a change at opposite for the second time in this set. Wojciech Gajak back to the bench. Danil Hrstenovic back onto the floor. Gajak during his time on the floor, 2 kills, 2 errors on 5 swings. Hrstenovic on the night, 9 kills on 23 swings. He's hitting .217. Long Beach needs to close this 6-point deficit or we're going to 5.
Andrew Rowan to serve for the Bruins. Hits it into the net. That's a free point for the Long Beach State as they try to lead a comeback here in set 4.
20th service error of the night for the Bruins. Jackson Christ, who has been hot and cold from the line tonight, needs to put this ball in play above all else to give the Beach a chance.
Jackson Christ to serve. Roll serve is across, but an overpass straight to a swing from Kondev, and it's in bounds. Alex Kondev goes right on the attack off the overpass from the serve. It's 18-22.
Kondev more than happy to get above the net off the overpass and make the Bruins pay.
We're going to have a challenge, though, from UCLA. That one was close to the left side line. The challenge has to be whether it hit the line or not. You see some fans in the front row over there, right in front of where it hit, gesturing that it was on the line, but UCLA feels differently.
And if we go to a 5th set, both teams get to reset their challenges back to 3. So John Hawks knows he has one to burn here, even if the call doesn't go his way.
It was an immediate review to say it's staying with Long Beach State. UCLA just using a challenge to burn there. As you said, if we go to a 5th set, both teams will get an extra challenge.
And that also gets a little bit of wind away from the sails of Jackson Christ. Mini timeout there for John Hawks, really an Alan Knipe special, something that Coach Knipe was excellent at as we went on to 4th and 5th sets.
Chris serves way out of bounds. Not only missed the in-play portion of the floor, but missed the Terraflex altogether.
Into the sandbar, VIPs shielding their drinks, and John Hawks has the challenge worked to perfection. He ices the freshman.
Zach Rama serving 23-18. Pass from Pizzanti over to the middle, gets blocked. We're going to recycle now to a free ball from Varga. Just got it over the net. Rowan sets up on a combo set, and coming from the back row, Rama has the kill. Thorne swung right through it, and Rama delivered. It's set point number 1 in set 4, 24-18. The UCLA contingent in the house will get up.
And back to serve is Zach Rama, 14 kills. He said he needed to step up, and he certainly has in set 4.
Set point number 1, Rama hits it out of bounds. Service error keeps the Beach alive. UCLA still only 1 point away from sending us to a 5th set.
Danil Hrstenovic, who was able to rip off a pair of aces against Pepperdine, now steps back to serve.
Hrstenovic sub back in a few points ago. Serving to keep the Beach alive. It's a good one inbounds. Collision as Rowan sets up to the left side, and Sean Kelly has the kill. UCLA has won back-to-back sets to stay alive and send us to a 5th set. They're all even now. 2 sets apiece going to a 5th. They're playing to 15 in the number 1 versus number 2 match. UCLA has made this interesting.
Made it interesting and sucked the wind right out of the pyramid. Momentum, such a funny thing in men's volleyball. It's either going your way or it isn't. And now Skylar Varga and Andrew Rowan, the 2 floor captains, are at midcourt to decide who's going to serve first here in set 5. This is wild, and you have to feel that the momentum right now favors UCLA, who throughout set 4 hit above 400. That final number looking closer to 450 as we head to set 5. Long Beach, for their credit, hit just 135. The final number, 464, Bruce, in set 4. That is absurd for UCLA, but also exactly to their standard.
UCLA won the coin toss, so they'll get to serve first in set 5. 2 minutes on the clock before they play to 15 to decide the winner. What a match this has been as UCLA has brought it down to the wire. We'll be right back for a good finish on 22 West Radio. They're playing 1st to 15 to decide who's the best team in college volleyball. Bruce Kuntz, JayDe Beaudry here in the Pyramid. You're listening to national champion Long Beach State men's volleyball on 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM, KKJZ, HD3 Long Beach. The Beach won the first 2 sets. UCLA strikes back and answers with a couple set victories in a row. And now we're in a 5th, winner take all.
And the best way to describe Long Beach in that 4th set, at least on the offensive end, is apathetic. And returning to the floor here to start set 5, the big name, Isaiah Pruitt at middle blocker, replacing Ben Braun. This is a rotated lineup now for the Beach against a UCLA team that John Hawks has led through the ebbs and flows of a 2-set comeback, looking to pull off a reverse sweep and snatch the crown away from the defending national champions. Both teams unbeaten. That's going to change 15 points from now.
A big test for the composure of both of these teams in a 5th set. The 1st to 15 will win. The Beach serve first. Kondev puts it across. Pass from Rama. Rowan underneath. Goes right back to Rama. Hitting line. Hershinovic digs it out, but a whistle blows, and the Beach get called for a violation. They break the plane underneath the net on the Rama attack. The Bruins strike first.
And that's an unforced error from the Beach that they cannot afford again. 1st to 15 here. A shortened set, a shortened game. Every point matters.
Christopher Hirsch to serve for the Bruins. 1-0 UCLA. Hirsch puts it across. Pass from Larson. Pizzanti underneath. Sets over to the left side. Varga hitting power angle off a tip. It's dug out by Rama. Right back to him. He's swinging left side, and he's got another kill. Rama with back-to-back points, and the Bruins are ahead 2-0.
Big time from Zach Rama. Goes power angle, gets the touch off the block, and now UCLA finds themselves up by 2.
It'll be Hirsch serving again. 2-0 UCLA. Hirsch puts it across. Pass from Larson underneath Pizzanti. Back set going towards Hershinovic. He swings, but it's dug out in the back row. They go back to Rama a 3rd time. Dug out back across the net. Rama controls it underneath Rowan. Sets up from the back row for Kelly. Overpass. Rama swinging again. Dug out by Hershinovic. Pizzanti goes left side for Varga. Falling away. It's dug out by Kelly. Rowan underneath. Goes for Rama. He dunks it down off of the blockers and into the floor. UCLA wins 3 straight points to open up the 5th set.
And it's 3 straight sets that go to Zach Rama. The Beach get exactly 0 touches on his swings at the net. Zach Rama, if he doesn't get you the first time, he'll get you the second and most certainly the 3rd. And UCLA has now put a trio of points past Long Beach here in set 5. It is all Bruins here, as the first team to 15 will remain unbeaten.
The Pyramid fans have a feeling of stunned energy throughout the gym. There's a service error in a big time for Christopher Hirsch to get the Beach their first point. And now this will be a test for Long Beach State and how composed they can stay, and for the crowd and how much energy they can provide through this 5th set.
And stepping up is Isaiah Pruitt. In the face of 27 service errors for the Beach, can he put this ball in play?
Pruitt gets it over and in. Kelly pass up to Rowan. Left side. They go to Rama, and he delivers again. Zach Rama is taking over down the stretch for UCLA. Already been top 5 in the nation in multiple categories, and now he's got 17 kills tonight.
Wasn't too long ago, Zach Rama put 23 kills past number 6 ranked Loyola Chicago. He's in that rare air again tonight. 18 kills on 36 swings, hitting .306.
Andrew Rowan serves. Pass from Varga back beyond the back line. Larson steps in, bump sets back to Varga. His swing dug out by Kelly. Rowan back set to the right side for Decker. Off a tip, it's kept up by Kondev. Right side, swinging. Hershinovic has the kill. Big time stuff from Daniil Hershinovic, delivering when the Beach needed him badly. They're within 2.
And John Hawks knows that point got away from UCLA. Long Beach is still on the ropes here to start set 5, and after that ball hits the floor, Milan Zarkovic and John Hawks are both on the courtside stripe, relaying instructions to their team, trying to hold on to this 2-point lead.
Jake Pizzanti to serve for the Beach. Flips it up, hits it over. Low pass from Kelly. Rowan keeps it up. Rama swinging right side this time, dug out by Larson. Pizzanti sets up Hershinovic. His swing off a tip, dug out by Rama. Set quick to the middle. There it is. Cameron Thorne delivers again, gives a strong point over to his setter, Andrew Rowan. They come through and make it 5-2 Bruins.
That play shouldn't be humanly possible, Bruce. Off the recycle, Rama touches it to the middle. Rowan on minus tempo to Thorne.
Rama serves. Pizzanti sets up a combination set. UCLA gets it back across, but they'll call a double touch against UCLA. It was a scramble on that side of the net off a dig in the back row from Rama. Then Decker pushed it back across, but they call a double touch on him.
Andrew Rowan pleading his case to the chair judge as the floor captain, but John Hawks will not pull out the challenge card. as the duel continues here. This energy is tense in the building right now, Bruce.
5-3 UCLA. Varga serves again. There's his first ace. We've been waiting on it all night. Skylar Varga has had at least one ace in every game this year, and now he's on the board in set 5. Gets the Pyramid fans on their feet and asks for their noise. Skylar Varga has the beach within 1.
A Saskatchewan special right to the middle back. Zone 6 goes Skylar Varga for his first ace.
A big time, much needed energy injection for the Pyramid fans. Varga serves again. Connolly pass is out of bounds. It's back-to-back aces for Skylar Varga, and we're tied at 5 in the 5th set.
Jake Pizzanti's giving Skylar Varga an earful right in front of the sandpit. And that's the National Player of the Year candidate we've been waiting to see blast off from the service line all night long. Timeout, UCLA.
John Hawks says he's seen enough. He'll call timeout to try and stop the momentum swing, but Skylar Varga in 2 serves has injected all the energy back into the Pyramid crowd that they were missing. It's 5-5.
It just takes one swing, especially with a guy like Skylar Varga on your side. 18 kills against Pepperdine. He came up big in that 3rd set as well. When Long Beach needed a strong serve, he provided an ace and service pressure on the waves. Here he comes up huge again in set 5. 5 apiece now. 10 points separate the Beach or the Bruins from staying undefeated. If you don't have chills right now, I don't know what to tell you. This is everything this matchup was supposed to be. Number 1 and number 2, the national championship rematch in set 5. What more could you ask for in front of a sold-out crowd?
It's a race to 15, and in over the last few years, there have been so many games between these two teams that have been fantastic. This is right near the top of the list. A 5-set match here in the Pyramid to open up this 2026 season, where both these teams have had so much to prove with the departures from last year. UCLA trying to get themselves back on top after they had won back-to-back national champions before the Beach unseated them last year. Skylar Varga had back-to-back aces as he's taken over the reins as the leader of this team. He's back out there. 5-5. Varga serves into the net. Service error gives UCLA the lead back.
And the sandpit rose to their feet for that serve. The student section still ready to blast off and explode here in set 5 as John Hawks makes another change in service. Cameron Thorne heads to the bench. Back onto the floor. Trent Taliaferro, the sophomore setter from UCLA legacy, looking to provide a big serve here for the Bruins.
Each point is critical. Let's go Long Beach, chance breakout. Trent Taliaferro serves high and long. It's a service error for Taliaferro, fresh off the bench. And at 6-6 in set 5, this one is back and forth.
And have you ever heard a building get that loud for a service error? The sandpit making all kinds of noise as all 3 sides of the Pyramid are packed out tonight. 6 apiece. Back and forth we go in set 5.
The sellout crowd on pins and needles. And now here's Jackson Chris to serve. He's got 2 aces tonight. 6-6 in set 5. Chris serves across. It's controlled by Rama. Rowan goes over to Kelly. Left side. Power angle dugout by Kondev. Hershinovic sets in. Goes back to Kondev. He's roofed down. A triple block from UCLA. Takes advantage of the Beach being out of system. Kondev can't get it through. UCLA's ahead 7-6.
In the center of that triple block is David Decker, laying down the hammer as a set out of system was off the net, and Kondev put it right on top of the tape. Too easy for the blockers.
Decker serves now into the net. Back-to-back service errors for UCLA, and it's 7-7.
And if one team loses out here in set 5, service errors will be the one stat they look back on. That's now the 24th service error of the night for UCLA. Long Beach has 28 service errors on the night. We need to just put the ball in play here to get the ball rolling in set 5.
Hershinovic serves now. Connolly passes out of bounds and into the front row of the crowd. An ace for Daniil Hershinovic has put Long Beach ahead for the first time in set 5. It's 8-7. They'll switch sides of the court as Long Beach State has an advantage in set 5.
Daniil Hershinovic goes right at his former teammate, Chris Connolly, in the back row, who has set a new career high tonight with 13 digs through 5 sets. And look at the energy in this Pyramid right now. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? Jake Pizzanti riling up the crowd as both teams switch sides. Something special is brewing here down the stretch.
They're going to send both teams over to their benches for a timeout after they switch sides. We'll keep it right here in the Pyramid. A sellout crowd is now they're going to gesture both teams to get back out onto the floor. Long Beach State now on our right, UCLA on our left. The Beach want to keep this rolling to keep the momentum where it is.
I don't think a single person has left their seat tonight, Bruce. This is a game that's now extended past 2 hours into the 5th set, into the night. On the East Coast, they're already on a different day, but we're still playing volleyball in the Pyramid.
Daniil Hershinovic to serve again. Had an ace last time up. Hershinovic puts it across. This one's passed by Kelly. Roan underneath. Back to Kelly. Left side attack. Dug out by Varga. Pizzanti sets to the left side. Kondev triple block there. Popped up in the air. Dug out by Rama. They set to the left side. Kelly again got it through and down. It's a kill for Sean Kelly to tie us up again.
Sean Kelly, 14 kills now, goes right at the sophomore Isaiah Pruitt, who could not seal the block in time, alongside Jake Pizzanti. Now the Sandpit's going to do their best to put Sean Kelly off balance. He's got ice in his veins, though. He's not bothered.
The students in the Pyramid raining boos on Sean Kelly. His serve across, controlled by Varga. Pizzanti backs it, going for Hershinovic. He has to push it across the net. A free ball for the beach. Set to Rama, dug out high by Kondev. Underneath, Pizzanti gets there, sets back to Kondev. Triple block there, goes cross court and misses the line. Kondev just a little strong on the cross court attack, and UCLA is back ahead.
Kondev off the net by a few feet. Tried to go cross court and paint that back corner. Did not miss it by much. Just a few centimeters separate Kondev and the kill as UCLA retakes the lead.
Kelly in front of the sandpit again. Letting him hear it. 9 serving 8 in set 5. Kelly hits it across. Varga pass up to Pizzanti. He sets Kondev up. Gets blocked. It's a roof for UCLA. Double block is there. Andrew Rowan catches most of it. Nick McRae will call timeout as UCLA's ahead 10-8.
And Alex Kondev's going to have nightmares of that triple block tonight, Bruce. Twice now in that 5th set, he's tried to go straight through it, and he's been rejected. UCLA picks up just their 7th block of the night, but it comes at a big time, as now they've opened up a 2-point lead. It's 10-8, first to 15 here in set 5, and it's all Bruins just as it was in sets 3 and 4. The #1 team in the nation on the doorstep of a reverse sweep.
UCLA now has the chance to take a strong advantage. They're ahead by 2. This next point out of the timeout will be essential for Long Beach State to try and prevent the Bruins pulling away. It's a 3-0 scoring run for UCLA to put them ahead by a pair.
And it's been these small scoring runs that have powered UCLA to this comeback. Take a look at the numbers here so far in set 5. UCLA hitting .429. Long Beach State hitting an unsustainable negative .091. Their lowest hitting clip of the night, a complete reversal from what we saw in set 1 when it was UCLA who hit negative .136 in their worst output of the season in a single set to this point. Now it's up to Long Beach State to get back into the positives, back above that block. And you have to feel that Alex Kondev is going to need to make some big plays here down the stretch as he gets a high five in the back row from Skylar Varga. We're ready to get back underway here in the Pyramid.
10-8, UCLA ahead of Long Beach State. Sean Kelly serving out of the timeout. Kelly tosses it up, hits it over. Varga pass up to Pizzanti. Back set going for Hershinovic. Right side gets blocked. They're keeping it up. It's a free ball for Long Beach State. Great job to keep the point alive. Left side, Rama swinging out of bounds. No touch from Long Beach State. UCLA immediately asking for a challenge, though. Looks like John Hawks will oblige. What a huge review coming up here. Long Beach State won the point on the floor, but UCLA challenges for a block touch.
And Skylar Varga is all smiles. He's confident in his block that he did not get a touch. So is Daniil Hershinovic. So is Isaiah Pruitt. As Nick McRae gathers the 6 men on the floor right now in a huddle. Kellen Larson heads back to the bench for the Bruins. Their 6 on the floor also remain out on the Terraflex, grabbing some water. And now the Long Beach bench comes on to join the huddle. This is a huge review. It's either Long Beach 9, UCLA 10, with the Beach serving, or a 2-point advantage for the Bruins heading into crunch time.
10-9 UCLA is the score on the floor. A massive review upcoming here. Long Beach State hoping to keep the point and stay within 1.
After tonight, Long Beach State will host Vanguard next week before they make the trip to Pauley Pavilion on December 20th. After that, a 2-game series against Concordia Irvine, and then right around the corner on March 20th, circle your calendars, Hawaii comes to town to kick off Big West Conference play.
Call is in, and there was a touch. Long Beach State saying they can't believe it. Jake Pizzanti came out right to the official to say there's no way that he got a touch.
Varga. Skylar Varga's not happy here. He was the one involved in the block. Pizzanti gestures with his hands that it was at least this high above the block, but now Long Beach need to play through the call and play with a 3-point deficit working against them.
A tough break for Long Beach State. Now Nick McRae will call timeout to get his guys refocused on the task at hand. UCLA with a huge overturn as they're ahead 11-8.
Huge, not only for this point in the game, but for the energy in this building. Skylar Varga able to electrify early on in set 5 with back-to-back aces. Now it's UCLA on a 4-0 scoring run.
Long Beach State won the first 2 sets of the match. In case you're just joining us, it's UCLA who responded with a set 3 victory where Long Beach State still felt in control through much of that third set. It was only near the end when both teams got to 20 that UCLA was able to pull away and won set 3 25-22, then kept that momentum rolling all the way through set 4, got us to a 5th. Right now, UCLA ahead 11-8, 4 points away from a reverse sweep over the number 2 team in the nation.
And on a night where Alan Knipe was honored in the pregame, a man that Nick McRae called one of the great problem solvers of his coaching generation. It's up to McRae now to solve this puzzle against UCLA in one of the largest stages he's stepped on as a head coach. John Hawks, to this point, has pulled off a coaching masterclass, making changes when necessary. Now it's up to McRae to 1, motivate his guys, and 2, hit their best here for the final few points of set 5.
11-8 UCLA. Sean Kelly to serve out of the timeout. Long Beach State had the point overturned on a UCLA challenge. Sean Kelly serves into the bottom half of the net, got out of rhythm on his toss. Service error gets the Beach back within 2.
And breathe. Sean Kelly just mistimes his toss, and that doesn't happen often. One of the most efficient servers in the nation. Now it's up to Alex Kondev. Drag the Beach back, 9 serving 11.
3 aces tonight for Kondev. Hits this one over. It's controlled by Kelly. Rowan over to Rama on the left side. He hits line, and it's down. Kondev couldn't get there in time. UCLA's back ahead by 3.
Alex Kondev let that one go, and he's going to be kicking himself. Called off Daniil Hrustanovic alongside him as the line shot finds the floor, and back into serve for the Bruins is the middle blocker, the junior, Spencer Graves.
Bruins make a serving sub. 12 serving 9. Varga overhead pass. Bazanti backs it, going for Hrustanovic. He hits line, and he missed it.
Oh.
Hrustanovic with an attacking error. UCLA's ahead 13-9.
And now that review's looking all the more critical. What could have been a 1-point game gave UCLA a 2-point advantage, and now they're just 2 points away from completing the reverse sweep.
Now Long Beach State, is going to ask for a challenge. They're asking for a block touch.
A block touch here, but with so many challenges at Nick McRae's disposal, having already lost one in the first set and then regained it here into set 5, this is being used more as a timeout, as Long Beach needs something special here to close the gap that has opened up late in set 5.
13-9 UCLA. What a shocking result this would be after the first 2 sets were all Long Beach State. Indeed, it is a quick review that stays with UCLA. So it's 13-9. Long Beach State will need a big run to try and get this thing tied. For now, serving again is Spencer Graves. The Bruins 2 points away from a reverse sweep.
In this 5th set, Long Beach still hitting -154.
Graves serves over, pass from Varga, set right back to him. He tries to push off a block, but gets denied. Kept up on the Beach side. Varga again through a double block. It's down. Skylar Varga delivers a point at a much-needed time for Long Beach State. It's 13-10 UCLA.
And it's tight quarters on the left pin as Jake Pizzanti sets above his head right to Skylar Varga. And now it looks like Nick McRae is going to make 2 changes to the lineup. Out goes Isaiah Pruitt, and out goes Jake Pizzanti as Ryan Peluso and Connor Bloom will enter. Bloom, for the first time tonight, steps onto the Terraflex. The senior captain of this team, who McRae has called a closer, will now play out the final few points here of set 5.
It's Peluso subbing in to serve. You can assume he'll operate as the primary setter now. First time Pizzanti's been on the bench today. Serve is across, overpass, Bloom swinging, gets blocked, and it's going out of, oh my God, foot save from Kondev. Free ball from the Beach as Kondev kept it alive. Rowan sets over to the left side, Rama hitting line, and it's down. UCLA able to get the point anyway. Alex Kondev miraculously kept it alive, kicking the ball back into play, but UCLA recycles back to Rama, and they've got the point anyway. It's match point number 1, 14-10.
And the substitutions work to perfection. Peluso forced the overpass. Bloom could not get the first touch kill. And now UCLA 1 point away from a shocker in the pyramid.
Match point number 1. The Bruins trying to reverse sweep Long Beach State in the pyramid. Rowan serves across and in. It's an ace for Andrew Rowan. Long Beach State will challenge. That one was close on the back line. So this is going to be holding us in suspense for this review to find out if the match will be over. If the call stands, UCLA will have reverse swept.
Andrew Rowan, 45 assists, 6 digs, 2 kills. As it stands, the match-winning ace on his line as well. He has been one of the best servers in the nation to this point in the season. Had not gotten an ace to fall his way tonight and just dialed up a 73-mile-an-hour serve in set 5. The call is in.
As they step up, the point is staying with UCLA. It's an ace for Andrew Rowan to close out the match. Long Beach State shocked on their home floor as they win the first 2 sets, but the Bruins fight all the way back to a win. 3 straight set victories for UCLA. The #1 team in the nation shows some composure and poise and just fight to be able to bounce back and win this match in the Pyramid.
And if you would have asked anybody an hour ago, Bruce, where this match was headed, it was Long Beach in 3. Instead, UCLA makes a late run in set 2, turns the ties late in set 3, dominates set 4, and flips the script on Long Beach in set 5. The defending national champions dropped their first game of 2026, hitting negative 062 in set 5, and this crowd and this team are shell-shocked for a squad that had yet to face true adversity against a top opponent. They had done so well through those first 2 sets, but could not slam the door in set 3, and the Bruins, with that door cracked open, made the most of every single opportunity, and this one will sting, at least until February 20th, when these 2 teams meet again.
That's right. Long Beach State will have a chance in just 2 weeks' time to get their revenge for this one, but for now, it's the Bruins who get the last laugh. A shocking reverse sweep victory for UCLA in the Pyramid, as the Bruins will remain the #1 team in the nation. They reverse sweep the defending national champions. UCLA moves to 9-0 on the season. Long Beach State suffers their first defeat. They're now 8-1 for Long Beach. They'll play here at home on the 14th against Vanguard. That's their only match between their next game against UCLA at Pauley Pavilion on the 20th.
And Nick McRae, all season long, has said the next match is the most important. Long Beach State will treat Vanguard as if it is their Super Bowl, as if it is UCLA, because the Bruins are coming up next. This is a shocker in the Pyramid. UCLA, the favorites coming into this night, did not play like it through 2 sets. Long Beach dominated on their home floor, and the Bruins look behind the 8 ball. But a turn of momentum late on in set 3 turns the tide of the match. And you can bet this is just the first exchange between these 2 great teams this season. What a game. What a result for the Bruins. The Beach, though, you better bet on it. They'll be back.
A remarkable display of fight from UCLA to stay with it as they were down 2-0 through the 3rd set. Long Beach felt like they still had the momentum, but the Bruins just weren't shaken. Managed to find their stride midway through the match and then carry it all the way to the end. UCLA wins in 5 sets. The final line score is 25-16 Beach in set 1, 25-22 Beach in set 2. UCLA then won set 3, 25-22, set 4, 25-19, and then the Bruins take set 5, 15-10 to complete the reverse sweep.
And Zach Rama leads the way for UCLA, who had been kept quiet for the majority of the night. Finishes with 21 kills on 41 swings, just shy of his career high, followed closely by Sean Kelly with 14 swings, and Andrew Rowan with the dagger in set 5, the match-winning ace that will be on highlight reels until these 2 teams meet again.
Tell you what, the 3 guys that were just recently named to the AVCA National Player of the Year watch list between these 2 squads all showed out tonight. Skylar Varga led the way for the Beach, 12 kills and 2 aces within that 5th set. And then for UCLA, the 2 standout players in the match without a doubt. As you mentioned, Zach Rama, 21 kills. He really took over as it went on. Through that 5th set, he was undeniable. Whenever the set went to him, it felt like it was a kill. And then their setter, Andrew Rowan, 45 assists, the ace to finish out the match, had a pair of kills in there as well. Rowan was just fantastic, as he's going to be a future national team standout for Team USA and really showed why tonight.
As much as you don't want this game to end, and you don't want this atmosphere to fade, it is all over here in the Pyramid. UCLA reverse sweep the Beach in a shocker.
For JayDe Beaudry next to me and the rest of our 22 West Sports crew, I'm Bruce Kuntz. This has been Long Beach State Men's Volleyball on 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. We'll be back on the air Thursday at 7 o'clock for 15-mile rivalry men's basketball between Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton. Our next men's volleyball call will be as the Beach host of Vanguard next Saturday. Hope you tune into those broadcasts, and thanks for listening to this one tonight.